Welcome to Thought Cops, coming to you live from the mean streets of Neo Chicago. I am Officer Kevin.
And if you hear the banging on my wall right here, you hear that? Those are my neighbors, and I'm Officer. I'm just kidding.
They're called new fans.
Too
late.
I listen to every single Thought Cops episode. I don't subscribe. I just hear them through the wall.
Yeah.
With us.
Yes, we have a couple guests in the house.
Yeah, introduce you. Squeezed around this table.
This is our penultimate episode, by the way.
Yes.
I had to Google that to make sure what that meant, just to be sure.
And you did use it correctly.
Yeah.
Second to last.
Yeah.
Second to last, y'all.
And there's not too many instances in which you can use that word.
I know.
So maybe that should be the title of this episode, the penultimate episode.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway, these are our final guests of Thought Cops ever.
Period.
not counting Collins.
Yeah.
Those don't count.
Get that mic close to your face. Not too close. Also,
The last time we can ever say that to somebody.
do sort of like an angle. If you remember the famous Zwick picture of him sitting on the bed holding it like this, and it's a check mark, and then he holds it like this, and it's a X.
Mhm.
So we know how to talk into a mic, which apparently is a skill that you have to learn if you have to podcast.
I don't want to do what Zwick says.
You don't
Who the
have
fuck
to.
are you? Introduce yourself.
Yeah, tell
I'm
people.
Josh, aka Sleepscience. It's an honor to be on the penultimate.
Don't
episode.
whisper. We want to hear what you have to say.
Penultimate.
Wait, does ultimate mean the final one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ultimate.
We're not going to call it that because it sounds weird.
Yeah, that sounds
The ultimate.
like
Thought Cops
white
Ultimate.
supremacist-y. Like the ultimate. I don't know. The word
I
ultimate
didn't go
is
that angle. I don't.
Yeah, I was thinking Smash
Yeah,
Brothers
use
Ultimate.
final. That has
No, that's
that
fine,
has
that's
no.
fine.
Thought
I was thinking the ultimate
final.
I don't
showdown
know,
of
I'm
Ultimate
just-
Destiny.
I'm trying to check myself as much as I can
the
lately.
final
You don't
episode
need to.
solution.
No,
There we go. That's perfect.
as a cis-het white man, I do have to do that all the time.
It's okay.
You never. It's a never-ending job.
You don't need to.
works.
I
The
give you
Ultimate
permission.
Showdown
As the
of Ultimate Destiny.
spokesperson of everybody who would possibly get mad at you, you don't need to.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe the
Um,
spokesperson could also speak a little closer.
Oh, okay. Hi. It's
Who are
Niko.
you?
I'm Niko. You
Tell-
probably know who I am.
Everyone knows who Niko is.
Yeah.
The breakout star of Thought Cops, TBH.
Christ.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh, you watch Seinfeld for Jerry Seinfeld? I watch Seinfeld for Kramer." Ladies and gentlemen, this is our Kramer.
I got my
Aw.
reasons.
Also,
I'm
if,
the George.
also, Mom,
'Cause
if
I'm
you're
related to
watching
him.
this, please don't. Like, she messaged me because I reposted your story.
She's a deputy.
I reposted the story. My mom then texted me and she was like, "Are you sad about the podcast ending?" And I was like, "Mom, this isn't my podcast." And she's like,
So?
"But aren't you a guest all the time?" I'm like, "I don't know about all the time." And also, listen to
Every
me
episode.
talk, please.
She's actually here every episode.
I say bad words.
in the
Don't
background.
listen to me.
No, you go.
Yeah. No,
Yeah. And
This is the best part about having like four people on a show. It's like everybody's either talking all at once or everybody's like, you first."
Well, and like we also don't have like a format. This episode, so like there's no
kind of free balling.
I just have a list of things that we want to talk about. Should we get to things we want to talk about?
Yeah, because like I ran into Niko at the Japanese toy store the other day by complete coincidence.
Mhm.
Wow.
She was like, "What are we?"
That is the most believable story.
Yeah, I know. Of all places, I get it. But then she's like, "What are we going to talk about?" I'm like, "I don't know."
this
I
was 2
got
days
some
ago.
Well, not
Yeah.
only is this the penultimate episode, but it's also the holiday spectacular
Mhm.
Spooktacular.
episode. As Zwick may not know this, but it better come out before Christmas, Zwick.
If it doesn't, whatever.
Yeah.
I figured one thing we can start talking about. It's not up yet, but hopefully by the time this comes out, we should have the ultimate Final Bros episode. up
You said,
and
I'm
out.
sorry, Final Bros?
Yeah.
Dude, don't fuck with me. I'm not in a good state of mind.
Okay.
Ooh.
I've been in hermit mode the past couple days. I've
Me
just
too.
been
Me too.
laying on my couch consuming television.
And I guess watching Mugen videos.
No, that's just, we always do that for Thought Cops. It's always on in the background.
It's not
Yeah.
on screen anymore.
It's not
but
on screen
Yeah,
anymore.
it just
but
right now it's just simply a distraction.
It sets the
Yeah.
mood.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when it was on the TV, like behind us, it was also a distraction because people would stop talking to us to be like, hey, what are you watching?
Particularly challenging with Brandon Kirkman.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
Pay
thinking
attention.
of. Yeah.
Yeah, but Ultraman's fighting Haruhi.
So
it's crazy. You know what's crazy though is I remember thinking this was so wild. All of these characters from all these different properties fighting each other. Anyone could show up. Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
Now this is not a novel concept.
This is just
Fortnite is like that.
yeah.
Peter Griffin is in Fortnite, folks.
Yeah.
It's
And he's
different though
hot.
when it was like
Fans, like a labor of love instead of like corporate slob.
yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Because like that was like a big thing on like Newgrounds and all those like different websites back then was like flash games where like different characters, whatever. And it's just like people just making shit and throwing it up online,
Yeah.
like probably not seeing any money from it or
Yeah.
whatever. And now it's just like we added Martin Luther King Jr. to Fortnite.
Yeah, because he's going to be in the new Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it. Like
God damn. I forgot about that. The lead up to the final Star Wars movie, you had to play Fortnite to see.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
I
Jesus, why? God
Don't
damn it.
even know. I'm so glad I'm like tapped out of the Star Wars.
This show
nerd.
was an unequivocal failure. We were supposed to stop that kind of stuff. And now the world's become just nothing but a content slop trough.
A fucking nightmare.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Speaking of like the trough of slop, can we just complain about like Facebook AI mashups that like the normoids like eat up like
Nermoid, word of the week.
normoids like
Go
where
tell
it's-
your mom.
My mom doesn't use Facebook.
I mean, you, the general.
Yeah.
The royal you.
Because every time I go on Facebook, which is like maybe once a week, I'm inundated of like people I went to high school with sharing like, oh my God, what if Harry Potter was Pixar? What if Harry Potter was Ghibli? And it doesn't look like either. And
It's got like 17 fingers.
and it just looks like shit. Or it's like fake like sequel like posters where it's like, look, it's like pictures that already exist of like actors, but it's like a backdrop for like Beetlejuice 2 or the Polar Express 2. And
Breaking Bad 2, The Rise of Flynn. That is amazing shit.
Oh, man.
And it's just like, is this what like existence is for most people? Where it's just like, you are so impressed by this slop that destroys your mind and your soul. Like,
I mean, I have been saying this, and I think it's been getting worse and worse, and this is just making me not want to like look at media anymore. Is I had that feeling we reviewed Ready Player One for Fire Bros, and I remember just being like, it reminds me of sitting as a child with my toy box and having like different toys from different properties where like Spider-Man is fighting the, Megatron or whatever.
Yeah. Get your Legos and stuff.
And it's just like, okay, cool. But I'm a baby when I'm doing this. I'm a literal child.
At least
And
there
you
was
just see-
joy involved in that.
There was joy involved.
an imagination.
And there's just like boardrooms full of people making billions of dollars that are like, yeah, what if Spider-Man was fighting Megatron? And like, I imagine them playing with toys, and I was like, this is what Ready
They should
Player
make
One
that
is.
movie.
This is awful.
Yeah.
And then they made Space Jam 2, A New Legacy, which was the same thing but worse. And I just feel like that's what everything is just like people sitting in boardrooms going, oh, well, what if Daredevil fought? I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't care if Daredevil fights Elsa.
yeah.
Was
It's
Ready Player
awful.
One Warner Brothers?
They're all the same company.
I don't
Josh.
care. It
They're
doesn't
all the same
matter.
company.
I'm just thinking that, but they're like the worst because they they did Space Jam, which was basically
Yeah,
an ad
yeah.
for Warner
I
Brothers.
do feel like Warner Brothers is probably the worst company right now because of like all the David Zaslav shit.
and everyone
Yeah, I
hates
was gonna
him.
say,
He's
yeah.
like the most hated man in Hollywood.
you know,
Can someone pill me on this? I don't pay attention to this. Can someone?
Ask a normal way and we'll be no, I'm just kidding.
well, now there's so they canceled the Batwoman movie and for like tax write-off, and
Yeah.
people were like, "Oh, what the fuck? That's terrible." But it wasn't like. I mean, there was
Who gives a
uproar.
shit?
Yeah, there was uproar about it, but also people were like, "That probably wasn't going to be good." So it wasn't like that much uproar.
It's like
but
the
then-
precedent.
But then there
Well,
was
they like
this,
shot and edited the whole thing, and then it was like, hey, should we like release it?
Yeah, it was
And they
like
were
finished mostly.
No, throw it out. Yeah.
But then even more so, more recently, there was that Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, it was going to be like
okay.
Roger Rabbit for a new generation. Like it was going to have John Cena, I think, in it, and like it was like a live action animation hybrid.
And apparently it tested super well, and like all the people who saw it, including like other filmmakers, were like, "This is really fucking good," and they decided they announced they were going to do the same thing. And there was so much uproar about that they went back on it.
Do you think that's intentional though? I feel like
sometimes yes. I don't think so in this case because they got away with it before.
Well, and it's all coming from the fact that Kevin, you brought up the CEO guy. They had like this big merger, and now that's where like HBO then turned into just Max or whatever. And now they're taking all of this content, and I just have like conceptually a big problem with like this in general, but they're taking all this content and they've just been canceling things and shelving things, and they've been making an insane amount of profit while also like fighting tooth and nail against the unions. And then like things that are exclusive to the ownership of these companies, like the Watchmen show, which I didn't see it. They removed it, and you can't find it anywhere.
That sucks. I really wanted to watch
it's
that.
just gone.
I mean, I still
and you
will.
You can pirate it. You can go to the
it.
library. You can do whatever. But it's just like why is that funny? I literally just got a library card. You don't believe in libraries,
but they don't make
bro?
physical media anymore.
You can enter your library card into like websites and just like rent shit.
For
That's
that
a thing
kind
you
of
can do.
What you mean physical media?
No, like you can
streaming stuff.
There's streaming
What?
shit. You can stream shit
that's
through
cool.
libraries. Yeah.
I know
But
they do
if
like
it's like
physical,
an
but
exclusive to HBO, would that? I feel like that's
I don't know. I don't know how the
different.
rights work for all of that stuff. It
Library
should,
Plus.
It should, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I paid more tax this year so I could get Library Plus.
Life hack over here.
But yeah, it's just like conceptually, like I think that there's like a real disconnect, and I think that this trickles down through the rest of culture. That like, how come the people that are in charge of making the art that's supposed to represent us culturally are the people that are like the least artistic human beings alive? Like I had this thought yesterday, and I was having like an existential crisis about it, that it's like, why is this billionaire like the fucking like gatekeeper of the, like, I get that that's how it's kind of always been and whatever.
You had that
but
thought yesterday?
It's always been that way.
No, I struggled with the thought yesterday. We've all had the thought.
I'm just
No, it's funny when you do it. It's good.
Josh,
good
are you
content.
familiar with the concept of differences?
But no,
Dude, I fucking got him with that.
I was speechless.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say
that was one of the funniest shutdowns I think I've ever done.
And a great
in my
ending to
life.
Fire Bros. You know what I forgot to mention real quick? If you guys want to just give us a last $2 bump to get this episode, we did not only just review One Piece, we also reviewed a second mystery thing at the end of the episode. And I'm not going to say what it is, but super dedicated fans of the show, maybe who are in our Discord server especially, will very much appreciate.
Yeah, two people will understand what the fuck we're talking about.
It's more like 5 or 6, okay?
Let's just put it this way.
It was fun to record. I have no idea what it'll be like to listen to.
Let's just put it this way. The girls who get it, get it.
But no, I was going to say, I think you can definitely know that the Wile E. Coyote thing wasn't intentional, because it was reported that there were like multiple like big names who had like meetings on the book with Warner Brothers for projects who canceled their meetings.
Oh,
because
shit.
of that. And that's really what led them to like go back on it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, because like if you're like, oh, we could literally make and finish and screen an entire movie and then just have it completely like deleted, why would we want to work with this company?
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's like the only company left. There's like less companies now than there have ever been, and they're all merging together more, which is just like a sign of the times that it's like, well, if you don't work with Warner Brothers, like, because Warner Brothers is now HBO and they're fucking.
Isn't there like a thing where you have to break up a big monopoly?
Yeah, if you want to. They don't want to. Like that was Theodore Roosevelt's big thing, was like trust busting.
That's what I was like. I couldn't think of the word. I don't care about politics, but whatever.
Well, when it affects your media, when it affects your cartoons, I fucking care about it.
Yeah, now it's getting serious.
Yeah, I can't watch Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I'm going to
Explain to me Israel versus Palestine.
Yeah, we're gonna
Wile E. Coyote versus the Roadrunner.
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out today, buddies.
Josh, do you want to pour us some of this Icelandic Malort?
Oh, if you want to do that now,
Yeah,
So this is
why not?
this is
Appropriate,
Iceland's
I think.
version of Malort, and you've had this. Because
Yeah.
you've been to Iceland.
Yeah.
Kevin, I don't think I have.
I don't know. I feel like
Had you
I
tried
can't remember if we had it on New Year's last year.
No.
Okay, then maybe
No.
not. Maybe
I
not.
think there was one time at my house where some other friends were over and
Someone
we did a
broke
shot
out the
of it,
bottle.
but
Okay.
I don't think you were there.
Is that glass or plastic?
It's plastic.
So
Plastic?
cheap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Uh,
They're
Said
putting
you got
plastic
that
in our
in
glass
Iceland?
now.
cadmium print on it.
Did you get the hot dogs from Iceland?
I
Excuse
did have
me,
a hot
what?
dog.
Hell
yes, from the hot dog stand, the famous.
The famous Icelandic hot dog
Is
stand.
that with like the
you haven't
cream
heard of
cheese?
this, Niko?
I've never heard of this.
This is Iceland's. Yeah, it's basically their version. Their Malort.
Oh Christ!
It's not. It's not as bad as Malort.
Oh.
Or it's
really
different.
not.
It's a
You
different
shouldn't-
flavor
Like a
profile.
Shouldn't have
vodka?
said
I don't
that.
wanna-
You should let them make their own mind up.
Is this
about
like
it.
a vodka?
Well,
No.
No, it's
more
Give me a
liquorish.
baby dose because I don't like alcohol.
It is
really.
an aquavit.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
It is. Brennivin is uniquely Icelandic. The legal beginnings of this distinctive spirit were in 1935 when prohibition was partially lifted on the island. A black label was chosen to be unappealing and limit demand. However, this doesn't explain what the drink is at all.
Well, don't explain what the drink is.
Okay.
Just
A little bit of lore.
Can I have like just a
just do
smaller
half.
amount?
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna spill
pour it
it
on my table. That's
all
fine.
over your table.
Just an expensive West
You don't have
Elm
to drink all of it.
Pine.
I'm just. It's easier to pour them full than try to pour half.
Yeah.
Because I'm dumb.
Well, here you go.
Thank you.
All right. How do you say cheers in
Kanpai.
It's all.
Kanpai?
It's all okay. Don't spill any. Especially not on that. We cheered over the fucking
Yeah, that was
interface.
very stupid. Whoa. That was
Not as bad as I thought, actually.
that left a very different kind of burn.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Malort like singes. That was
Malort's
like
lower ABV.
that felt like a wind tunnel going through the back of my throat.
Well, because it's like black licorice, right? Or it's like
Ish.
Anise.
It kind of has that. Yeah.
This was not as bad as
they
I
call
expected.
it they call it like the Black Death.
Yeah. So I wanted
'Cause
you
it's
to
like
try it
black
for sure because
licorice-y.
you notoriously like Malort.
Yeah.
Sicko.
I can't stand Malort. I like this. I think this is pretty good, honestly.
It's different. That's not as
it's not great.
it's not as
I could drink
bitter.
this mixed with like a soda.
That would be interesting.
That'd go good in like a hot chocolate, like a
Oh.
peppermint hot chocolatey sort
Oh,
of,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, whatever. Hot chocolate, black licorice sort of something.
Sure.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I'm not a mixologist. I'm sorry. I don't.
I haven't been.
I'm really white trash, so like I mix vodka with Sprite or
That's-
orange soda.
Who cares
Are
what
you still
people
trying
do?
to figure out how you felt about it, Kevin? Do you need another one?
What are the notes
Maybe
that you're
later.
getting? Are you getting notes of
Burning.
It's like a burning, but like a the kind of burning you get when you step outside and it's really
Like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
briskness.
Yeah, like I said, it really did feel like just whoosh right through the back of my.
well, was
Yeah.
that in your freezer too? Because it was
Yes.
chilly.
Yes.
That aside, though, it just the taste was very
Windy.
windy. I don't know if that makes any
Well,
sense.
so if you go to Iceland, folks, get some Brennivin and get a hot dog. They're great.
Did you have any of your Carl when you were there?
What's that?
It's
Is that the fish
shark.
thing? And
Yeah,
I
it's like
don't want that.
So it's rotten. It's shark that has rotten
Fermented.
shark.
Isn't it fermented? Like they do that
it's
nasty
Yeah, it's
fermented in
fermented
its
shit.
own
So the-
excretion.
The origins of it was when, like, you know, when it was like nomadic people living in Iceland.
yeah,
and
but we're in
they-
the future now. We don't need to do
we
that
don't
shit
need to eat
anymore.
like shark shit
It's like
fermentation.
it's
was
like
hard
when
to
people
find
do
food.
like it's like when people do those like Tough Mudders and they're like, oh, this is like what cavemen used to do. That's not what cavemen used to do, and we're not living in caves anymore. You
Cavemen
don't
would
have
probably really want a McChicken. Like,
So-
like
But what they did
Could you
with
imagine
it,
going back in time and giving a caveman a McChicken? They're just like, ugh, ugh.
so the shark meat is not normally edible, but when they would bury it underground, I think, and let it ferment in like feces.
Yeah, in its own ways.
Who was the person who figured this out?
A
Who
fucked
knows? Someone who was desperate.
Clearly.
Yeah, let me just wrap this in my own shit and see if it tastes
So they
good.
don't do that.
Two girls,
they don't
one
make it
shark.
that way anymore. At least not for like normal stuff. But I did get to try it when I was there, and it was
Shitty.
interesting.
You heard it here, guys. Josh eats poop.
Question. Did you guys meet Björk while you were in Iceland?
Bjork.
It's pronounced Björk. Everyone says Björk, but it's Björk. It rhymes with jerk.
That feels low-key racist that he went to Iceland and you're like, did you meet Bjork?
Well,
no, of course he didn't.
So
He didn't come
because I
with me.
remember
I don't think it's racist.
I remember when I went there in like 2012, when I was at the height of listening to Bjork back then also.
Is that why you
calling
went?
me? You guys are calling me racist and you don't pronounce her fucking name right.
That's the differences in languages is nobody pronounces anything correct. So it's fine.
Yeah,
At least
that's
call her name.
So, but the thing with Iceland is because it is a small country and because there are like a couple of famous people or whatever, but they don't have like a cult of personality here around their celebrities. You might just see her like walking down the street going to a store and people just like leave them alone.
I was also
which
joking.
has got to be awesome. I
was also joking. I think she lives in New York. So
maybe, but
well,
she
Josh,
probably has multiple homes.
Did you meet Björk?
Did you meet Hepthor?
Did you meet
the mountain?
Sugaros? Those are only Icelandic people I know.
The guy that played the mountain on Game of Thrones, he's Icelandic.
Oh, okay. There's 3 people.
Iceland has like some of the tallest human beings.
Let me ask, did you meet them?
Just but no, I'm trying to avoid answering this question.
No, I want to know. Like, this could be really.
Did you
I don't
eat-
know. Maybe
Did
I don't
you
know
eat
what she looks
horse
like.
when you were
That's
there?
not-
Because you
that's
can
a lie. I know
eat, you
what
can
she
eat
looks like.
horse and you can eat puffin and you can eat
I
whale.
did not have horse. I don't want to admit this on your podcast, but I'm already
Who
there. I did
cares?
try whale.
It's fine.
Okay.
Apparently,
They're
it's
different-
like kind of chewy and nutty.
It was
fine.
It was really good, but here's the thing. I felt better about it because over the pandemic, I guess, because I went in 2021, they basically have like cut down on and almost basically stopped the whaling industry in Iceland.
But
almost
they're also
entirely.
like different types of whales because they're more like sort of like porpoisey whales. It's not like it's not Moby Dick out there. They're not draining it of spermaceti or whatever.
Yeah.
Spermaceti.
Regardless,
Whatever the
though,
fuck.
whatever whaling industry they have in Iceland, maybe this is not true anymore, but at least at the time, I had found out that they had basically like had almost nearly halted the industry over the pandemic, and there was a good chance that it like wasn't going to come back. And this was what I ate was stuff that had been like preserved for like years at that point because you can. And so I didn't feel necessarily like I was supporting something, but also I don't know. Like if you have a strong stance about that, I totally respect it. I don't feel proud that I tried whale.
Show's ending anyway. Who gives a fuck? You want to cancel us for eating whales? We have 1 episode left.
In a country
Hey,
where
I
it's
have
legal.
projects.
I get that there's like
I have a reputation.
I get
Also,
that there's
I don't think-
issues with it, but when people like do things sustainably and stuff like that, when they take the care, because I think that
It's
I don't
not
know,
like
it
a
seems-
mass market. Like it's like like it's probably more unethical to eat like I don't know like octopus because it's more widespread in that
and
way.
just like
But I'm not going to stop eating octopus. It's delicious. If
The-
they were
the-
that intelligent, they wouldn't get caught.
the whole thing of like the mass fishing of like when they take these giant nets and just like rub it along the bottom of the ocean and
Yeah.
that it just kind of destroys everything. Like that to me feels worse than eating like whale, because they're like
I'm in like chicken factory farming, like cows. like-
basically just humanity is awful and we need to stop.
Again,
I
I'm
had
not
this-
stopping.
I
Any
had
of
a
that.
thought during COVID where I was like,
Oh,
what?
you just had the thought? I was being Josh.
Thank you for that. I was thinking during the virus that maybe the real virus is humanity.
That's dumb.
You think so? I thought it was pretty profound.
Yeah.
I did have a reindeer burger. It was good.
Get the fuck out. Take that fucking hat off. How can you say that wearing a Santa Claus hat? I had a reindeer burger.
And you ate Vixen, you monster.
I'm also wearing my Thought Cops sweater, as you can plainly see.
Is that?
Yeah, so here.
Are you
Oh my
fucking
So for
God.
everyone watching
Dude.
this on YouTube, here's Kevin and here's Grant.
Did you wash
God.
it with
Yes.
bleach?
So this is, I'm not trying to shit on your merch. This is my fault. This has
Show's ending
happened.
anyway.
I have done this to things that have been like fully professionally made. Like,
what the fuck are you washing your clothes with?
This is just
A
washing.
Brillo pad? No, I'm just kidding.
This is just washing on hot and
Well, don't do
drying
that,
on
Yeah,
first of
it's
all.
cold.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just don't wash things correctly.
You know what?
Well,
it's my fault.
Start because it's better
You're
for
wrecking your
it's
clothes.
comfy.
It's Teespring, man. Like I saw, like somebody
No,
sent
this
me.
is Teespring, and look, my face is fucking still visible.
That looks great though. I wear mine to the gym actually. And,
Yeah.
like,
I have a bunch of sweaters that have like similar things that are like it's the same thing. If you
Dude, wash your clothes on cold.
and check this
also,
out.
you're
Look at this
probably
Zwick
using
mug right here, folks. He is in great
Pristine.
condition.
Yeah.
Zess.
I think just clearly that this Grant takes better care of his things. Though I did see somebody sent me a screenshot from Charles Carroll was doing a stream, and then he was drinking out of a mug with my face on it, and I was like, "Oh,
That
cool!"
rules,
And I
yeah.
saw the mug, and it was like all fucking fucked up, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh."
Well, you can't put these mugs in like the dishwasher
Yeah.
and shit.
At least not with like the hottest setting again.
I mean,
like hot
I just
water.
hand wash it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have a dishwasher, no problem.
Same.
Well,
So let's see.
What else we got?
Yeah,
What else
what we
we
got?
Can we bitch about LinkedIn?
Yes,
really
that's
quick
at
though,
the top of my
I do
list.
want to say one more thing about the
Yes.
AI you mentioned is like sometimes like this is the shitty reality we live in now is like sometimes like I'll show something to my girlfriend or she'll show something to me and then we're both like, is this real?
Yes.
And we have to like double check, like looking to see how many fingers they have and like see if there's any inconsistencies. And it's like, I think I like this when I'm looking at, and it's always like I have to second guess everything.
Yeah, like you look at your own hand, you're like, "Am I real?"
I know.
And like,
1, 2,
and like
3.
I'd like to think we're kind of more savvy than the average like person because we have no lives. But like, you know, like Bethany from like, I don't know, Wyoming, who has like, Bethany from Wyoming, my girl, she's like a mom with 3 kids and, she just likes to go to spin class. She's not going to know that like, that they're not going to make a sequel to Beetlejuice starring
No,
Johnny Depp. She doesn't know any better, but she's excited about it.
That is the horrifying thing is that like the people that are media literate, there's not enough of them, and you can't override just like an immense populace of people that just will get fooled by like someone doctored.
And then
this
you feel like
photo.
an asshole when you tell people like, this is fake, right? And like, well, I like it anyway. And it's
it
like,
was
well,
real to me.
Yeah. And like, okay, fine.
Man,
You
know,
the Bethany's are the victims of all this.
Yeah,
you know? Like
but
they are. Like they are the ones who are, at least we might
the
be able
voice
to
for
figure it out.
Bethany.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, do y'all remember that photo that was like, this was like around the time Donald Trump was like running for president and whatever, or like
don't
maybe
remind me.
by the time that he had gotten elected.
Trump.
There was that photo of him. It was in like the late 80s. He was on Oprah, and it had that quote that was like, if I were to run for president, I would run under the Republican Party because they're full of stupid idiots
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
would definitely vote for me.
Yeah.
And like,
Isn't that not real?
so it's not
Yeah.
real. And you would read it and you would be like, okay, so it's not real.
Mhm.
But then like for years and years afterwards, people would just be like,
Still sharing.
yeah, because did you hear what Donald Trump said about running as a Republican? And it's like, yeah, that's not
Yeah,
real.
I
And they'd
saw
be like,
that image with that
But he
quote
would
on
say
it shared
it.
a million
Yeah.
times.
yeah, a million times. And it's probably to the point that it's probably going to get shared around this next election cycle again.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Man, I am
bookmark
glad.
Snopes,
I am
everybody.
glad that we're not going to be doing this podcast
Yeah.
going into next year.
I'm good. I'm good. I'll talk about fucking
So much
cartoons
of
or
this,
something.
so much of this shit. It's like I do want to get more involved
No,
in
you don't.
some sort of way.
No, you don't.
You
No,
don't know. You don't even know what the end of my sentence is.
Getting involved in the world into the process.
Yeah,
it makes-
where it
like
starts.
volunteering and shit. Do it. Being a good
That's
person.
how you
trying
become a
to-
neo-lib.
That's gay, bro.
No, that's not how you become anything.
You want to be KT
Like,
Shane?
You want to.
Hey, now.
he's
Love. Shout out.
informed.
He's a good
He's
guy.
more
caring
well-adjusted than
person.
any of us.
Yeah,
Married with a
yeah.
kid.
yeah.
Good job.
still manages to put 100 hours
There's
into
the part
Zelda.
of me that's like, I want to do
it?
more. I want to be a better person, blah, 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 blah. But there's also the part of me that's like, I don't want to look at Twitter anymore. I can't do it. Like, I'm so glad that we don't have to like consume it as a joke anymore to be like, oh, what's Elon Musk up to next? It's just like, I'm tuning out.
You know what?
You want to know?
You didn't have to before.
Yeah.
No, but it was fun for a while.
It was actually, yes.
People listened.
I'm just like watching this Mugen battle with like Ryu and Morrigan.
Hell yeah.
But it's like a chibi
It's
Morrigan.
from Puzzle Fighter. Yeah.
Focus.
Yeah, sorry.
Or no, maybe Gem Fighters. I'm not
I will
sure.
say, as terrible as Facebook is, I have to unfortunately give it a key to the city. I think it was my 2 minutes of hate last time because I had gotten hacked and lost my account, and there was no customer service way to get it back. And then I did actually manage to get it back because I had an old college friend. I had posted about it on Instagram. Because I was like, well, my Facebook's gone. I guess I'm using Instagram to communicate with old friends now. And one of my college friends apparently worked for Facebook and DM'd me and was like,
that's cool.
I can help you get it back. And he was like, yeah, we suck and there's no other way for you to
You
get
just
it
need to
except
know
to
a
have a
guy.
friend.
Sounds like it's nepotism and not Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is like not even. Is this considered nepotism?
But
It's
my
just,
actual
like,
key to
knowing
the
a
city
guy.
is
That is, yeah. That's,
plutocracy.
But I want to say,
I thought that was like different. So
I want to say thank God I got it back because a couple weeks ago I lost my wallet, fell out of my pocket while biking because I forgot to zip my jacket pocket up because I'm an idiot.
rookie mistake.
And some Serbian guy like DM'd me on Facebook. He found my name on Facebook and like that's like one of the few
Anime
places
Serbia?
you can DM. I guess he maybe could have through Instagram too.
First name anime.
But like that's one of the few places you can like find someone by their actual name and like reach out to them without having to be friends with them.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
So
I
yeah, it
still
was
keep
like
it. I just don't go
nice
on
enough.
It.
So really, it's the key to the city to this guy for
Right.
being decent
to Serbia,
and like
really.
yeah. The
They
nation,
raised them right.
The country is.
You know, not only should you wash your clothes on cold, but also you should only be using a tablespoon's worth of
detergent.
Yeah, you're definitely overdoing it.
You're overdoing it.
and you save money, and it's better for the environment.
It's true. Yeah. You just use
But
a little bit because every washer in America right now, unless it's from like the 70s or 80s or whatever, they're all high efficiency washers, and all of the detergent is high efficiency.
And big detergent.
Big detergent wants you to use a full cup. You don't use the full cup. You
And
use
it makes those
better-
fucking pods look so delicious.
But it's better for the environment if I do larger loads instead of like separating
it
everything.
isn't.
And I need to wash my underwear on hot because I take big diarrhea dumps in them.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the fuck, man? LinkedIn.
Yeah.
LinkedIn
Nico,
sucks.
what do you have to say about
Makes me want to
LinkedIn?
fucking kill myself.
Dude,
Every
trying to get a job has made me want to kill myself.
I'm like, what's like this, like the level, you know how there's like the level of Super Saiyan beyond Super Saiyan? What's the level of black pill that's beyond black pill? It's like hell pilled, like every time.
Hell pill.
It's a cult of personality on there. It's just like, it's so...
Like fart smelling.
I didn't know that you're supposed to use it. I was watching a video where someone was like, yeah, if you're applying for jobs, you should be like posting statuses. Like, what the fuck?
It's
because
also-
it like prioritizes like, oh, if you're an active
my
LinkedIn
God.
user, you go
Like-
to the top of the fucking list.
I want to be like there's like a specific thing I hate about it. Like, fine, I get it. You need to play the system, but it's like when people try to be like influencers on it and like they like try to like intertwine like a current thing or like their personality into it. Like, for example, like someone I know like will intertwine.
I'm not built
Can
for
I
this
finish?
world.
Can I
Yes,
finish this?
continue.
I'm not
It's like this person I know who arguably she is doing much better in life than I am. So maybe I'm just being a bit of a hater.
And she's a fucking NPC.
Yeah, but like it's like mixed. It's like talking like so on Spotify they made this new thing where it's like your mood thing or whatever, and it's like how you can change your Spotify daylist. That's what it's called. How to change your Spotify daylist to up your productivity. And it's like, I need recommendations because mine is just Taylor Swift. I'm such a Swiftie, but I need some productive music. And it's like,
Yeah, I'm scrolling through LinkedIn right now. Like,
I'm so glad I don't have headphones on.
It wasn't that bad.
yeah, it's not that bad, but it's like, I see so much.
It's been worse.
What was that thing you said?
Well,
It's
when
like,
we're remote, it's right in my ears. It's
like
just
you were telling me about this person's like how I learned about teamwork from watching Hulu's The Bear, and it's like way to
that was I don't
so
actually
one
want to
of
say
you
who
guys
that is. I said that, yes.
yeah, and it's like
It would be right at home with some of the content I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's like how like it's like mixing current thing slop from Netflix to like your fucking worthless email jobs. Like, this is how Wednesday helps me connect with my subordinates. And I'm like, you should fucking blow your brains out.
I wish I was stupider. I would be so much happier. I'm so fucking depressed, man.
Well, these people are probably better off than us. They have these like six-figure
you just
email
fucking,
jobs.
You eat your slop and you fucking
I wish I was this way.
Watch
Wednesday. Watch Stranger Things. You gotta watch current thing that people are talking about. You gotta enjoy the AI.
What does this say about the hierarchy of corporate America?
Who's the boss?
Me.
Tony Danza.
I should be the boss.
I do love those posts of like those people that I've seen who are like, guys, listen, I know Hitler did a lot of bad things.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here's how you can learn things.
There's
from
a
his
subreddit
leadership.
that's like LinkedIn lunatics, and I'm not on Reddit a lot, but I do check that out once in a while, and it's fantastic.
Just like Indian guys going full on Nazi on
Dude, okay, to elaborate.
And then their apologies.
Can I just say, I've noticed like the most insane Twitter posts are like Indian, Hindu, like insane people who are like, their username is like Hindu. It's like Hindu.
What the fuck, man?
It's like Hindu Hitler. Like, I don't know. It's like Hindu
like
nationalists that have like Hitler icons, but
Radiohead
they're like,
cover band.
I love Israel, and I'm like, why? And there's so many of them. Like my For You page, I get one a day, and I'm like, why do these like Hindu?
Do you think those
Hitler,
are bots, or do you think those are actual?
They're
people?
real people,
man.
Like that's like a problem in India where they like love Hitler because they just hate Muslims so much.
There's a couple countries that are, you know, I don't want to talk about this.
I do find it funny, but
But RRR was such a great movie.
I can't get a job right now.
Same.
I've been trying to. I can't get a fucking coffee house job. I can't work at a Starbucks. I don't know if like some of these people are like, hey, Grant, promising resume. And then they like find my TikTok where I'm making like union videos and they're like, nah, fuck this guy. And they're throwing it out. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I can't get like a part-time job working nights and weekends.
Have you considered that no one wants to work anymore? Did you ever
no one wants to hire anymore. Okay. How about, why aren't we talking about that?
Well, here's your problem. Cause I found this post. It says, don't share on LinkedIn. You might look dumb. And it's a guy's selfie. Like this. Well, when you see it in your feed, you have to click see more. You ever notice that LinkedIn is always like, it's like a sentence and like a space.
Yes.
And
Because they want you to
like,
see their stupid fucking selfies or their stupid fucking pictures of a sunset.
While you're at it, don't speak up in a meeting. You might rock the boat. Don't ask someone out. You might get rejected. Don't ask for a promotion. They might say no. Get it? Got it? Good. See you online. Let's look dumb together. It's the smartest thing you can do for yourself. Who's with me? And then a pointing down like emoji to their selfie. Give one like this.
Fucking bugmen think this is so deep.
It's just, and that shit goes fucking, can I get one of those, Josh?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm like trying not to drink so much anymore. And
Actually, I want another one.
You do?
Yes. That just like pissed me off so much. Like,
Grant doesn't want one.
No, I do want
you do?
one.
Okay.
I'm saying I don't want to want one, but I do. So give me one.
Thanks. to hating LinkedIn. Oh,
yeah, and hating everything. Okay, cheers.
Sorry.
Whatever.
I already did it. Oh.
What else we got? What else we got on the list? Because we didn't know what the fuck we were doing like 10 minutes before recording. And then Grant was writing some stuff down because we were venting before recording. And then we're like, this should be the show. This should be the show.
Some of it, probably not.
No, some of it I know.
Some of it.
Someday it'll be very good content.
Yeah, the fall of blank. Anyway, what else we got on the list?
Hate the holidays, people on TikTok, Better Call Saul season 6, anime burnout, Fedora guy, I reject your premise.
Let's talk anime burnout because Niko, you mentioned this to me at the store the other day. Interesting.
I'm gonna go change my laundry.
Yeah.
I'm so burnt out on anime.
Should be done by the time you get back.
I watched the One Piece live action, and I am burnt out on anime.
There's a remake coming out, bro.
I heard they're making One Piece Brotherhood.
I am not kidding. I saw that this morning, and I actually out loud went, holy shit.
Seems like One Piece fans are losing their minds about
This
that.
is a dream come true.
One Piece fans eating good.
We are eating so
That
fucking
means
good
that
right now.
shit is going to be ending soon.
It is. It's wrapped. The manga is like kind of it. Like there's still more to come, but they're in the end game. Now they don't have to worry about filler because if you watch the One Piece anime,
Endgame.
it's like filler built into the canon.
They're just like so many long looks of like stare downs. It's just so bad.
Yeah, I was just talking about like because I found that One Pace thing, which is like people who have like meticulously edited out all the filler.
One Piece you're talking about?
Well, now it's like it's gonna be better animation by a great studio.
Not Toei, who fucking sucks now.
Fuck Toei Animation, dude. I'm sorry. I don't care who hears this and upsets, but fuck Toei Animation.
Aren't they still? Isn't it still like under the umbrella? Okay.
Yeah. I went into more detail about this on Fire Bros, so I'll spare you. But you mentioned anime burnout.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just watching like one of the characters. I think that's a guy from Baki fighting like someone from Mega Man.
People don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, one of them is anime related to something I've actually watched. So like, how much anime, like current anime, do you watch like a year? I'm just curious. Because I watch like...
I know you're going to get mad at me for this, but I like Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the ending.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been a little better, but I still liked it.
Okay.
That show's fascist.
Ranking of...
Dude, that's my favorite thing is people that are like, how come so much anime is fascist?
That being said, I can see,
I wonder.
I think at one point in the series, I could have maybe seen an argument for that. That kind of was rolled back as it went on further.
One of my favorite animes has a character named the Führer.
Yeah, I know. It's like, Führer King President Bradley. But that's they're criticizing that.
Yeah, people...
It's bad.
No,
I have no media
protagonist.
literacy.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
No, but I think that I watched Ranking of Kings, also by Studio Wit, who's doing the new One Piece anime. Very excited for that. If I haven't already said it enough.
Yeah.
One of my favorite animes has a character called Hindu Hitler.
And
Which is both Nazi propaganda and racist against Hindu.
And Hindu nationalism.
No, it's just racist Hindus. It's not
right, but the anime version is also... Never mind.
So we were looking at toys the other day.
Yeah, we were looking at anime toys.
You were looking at some toys and
Josh.
thinking like, I am burned out on Japanese cartoons.
Yeah.
Despite loving them so much,
You ever want to watch just other cartoons?
I have.
Have you seen Family Guy?
You know what's
Well,
really
go.
fucking
That's the one.
depressing? I like what sometimes I'll just go on TikTok and just watch those like Subway Surfer Family Guy funny moments.
I said this in the Discord server, and I am like almost not ashamed to admit this, but I can, if you show me a single frame of two different shows, Family Guy or The Cleveland Show, I can tell you which one it is.
Me too.
No,
Me
I get
too.
that. Yeah.
It's like the animation, like Family Guy.
Color palette's a little different
Harsher
too.
colors in Family Guy. Cleveland Show uses a little bit like softer line work and kind of rounder edges, and also has David Lynch.
This
Yes.
is like
And if
when
you see purple wallpaper, it's the Cleveland Show.
Yeah.
this is like when you ask like a math savant like how many digits into pi is like 124 digits, and they're like, it's 5. It's the number 5.
Yeah. Except that's probably more useful than
Probably, yes, it absolutely is.
Debatable.
But anime burnout, like, cause I kind of feel you. I think what sparked the conversation was this anime called Jujutsu Kaisen. You guys watching it, Grant, Josh?
Yeah. I'm
No,
up to
I've
the
never.
episode where there's a
Have you got to the Culling Game arc yet?
I got to there's a Korean character that really likes Pol Pot.
Yeah, there's not really going to be. I don't think there'd be a Korean character in a Japanese anime. They don't really like to talk about that.
No,
I don't
there's
wanna talk
definitely
about
some
that.
manga I read
Let's-
where they had like a Korean or Chinese character. I think it was Hikaru no Go,
You know,
and they had like a super fucking racist.
Or
I've heard
Yakuza games.
I've heard and seen that happens every once in a while.
I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, like bring both of you guys to like
dude, there's
Arkansas. They're gonna be like, you're both China, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
Zwick, bleep the slur, please. That is like there are so many different types of racism out there, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like Pokemon. Just kidding. It's not.
Gotta catch all the racists.
Speaking
I
of
know
racist,
of that anime,
speaking of
but
racist,
I have
I've
no
been-
frame of reference. for
Speaking
it.
of-
It's like, well, it's like
I just have to just derail
Yes.
for 1 second. Speaking of racist, I've been getting just like Albanian nationalists, like really weird Albanian nationalists, like TikTok recommendations. Like, why? all I know about Albania is that I went to high school with a girl who was Albanian, and she had a MySpace decked out in Albanian regalia.
Awesome.
The Albanian flag is like
She
a
have
cursor.
a Mother Teresa tattoo?
No, this is high school. She didn't have tattoos, and her name was
Well,
Albania
does she
girl.
have one
That is
yet?
that was my. I don't know. I haven't seen her in like 15 years. But anyway, that's my scope of reference for this country.
now?
But it's so crazy. I don't know. I don't pay attention to high school people. But yeah, can we talk about anime burnout? I just wanted to say that.
Burnout.
She became hot.
Maybe.
So I think like, I don't know, like I definitely can see where you're coming from at some level. I personally, I still watch some. There are a lot of very bad anime out there.
It's not even just bad. It's just, I feel like there's just too many now. Cause I was like looking at, if you look, I hate to say this, but if you look at the 4chan like seasonal charts from like, because they have, it's a really good resource if you're just looking at like, oh, what came out like spring 2001. Like it's like tripled the amount of stuff that comes out
and that's
now.
why like Mappa, like people who work at the animation
They're, like,
studio,
dying.
they are literally fucking dying so they can draw teenagers punching each other
And
for
it's
some
like-
cartoon. And they're like, have you seen a picture of the guy who the director of Jujutsu Kaisen? His like eye bags are 3 inches long.
That's horrible.
It's so fucking
and
sick.
It's like,
Looks good though. I mean,
think that's
he
my
does good.
thing is
It's
there's
a
just, that's my thing is just there's too much. And I'm like thinking like, this isn't sustainable because like, you can't just, it's like a cycle where it's like you talk and talk and talk for just when it's out. And then when it's done,
Yep.
like there's no longevity, I guess.
Well, that is not just anime though. That is, they're simply following the model that
Yeah.
Hollywood has put in place.
I
Make
guess-
as much garbage. This is, I just want to say this because like this is something I noticed from like the consumer and producer angles. It's like producers, people, staff members, and saying we are dying, we're overworked. And like all worldwide, there's too much stuff. And then you have like the consumers, us, we consume and we're just like bored because there's too much stuff. I can't watch everything. Nobody's happy.
Yeah, I guess that's
Just
just,
stop.
I just am talking about anime because that's like my thing. I mean, music's the same way because it's like,
Y'all ever read books? Books are cool.
Usually when there's like
It's not funny. That's a serious
black
question.
and white panels of like
Yeah.
teenagers punching each other. I do read those.
I do read
Yeah,
those.
but I mean without the pictures.
No, I like realistically, I do want to like get back into reading.
I read
reading.
music like biographies.
One of the dungeon masters for one of my D&D games was trying to be like, oh, if you haven't it, you have to read the entire player's handbook manual.
No.
I'm like, what the fuck
No.
are you talking?
No, I mean
No.
like literature.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't even read
manual is
novels, and you
No.
want me to read a fucking
It's instructions.
rule book,
No.
like an entire book?
No.
Like, go fuck yourself. I bet
Yeah.
less than 10% of people who play D&D have read
Probably.
the entire fucking rule. And he
That's
was like,
being generous.
you
Yeah.
owe it to your other player. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
It's just another thing is just like people really it's very, I think this is just also like people do this for everything, but I notice
Yeah.
especially for anime just because I'm like plugged in and I know like kind of the lineage where it's like people just overhype. It's like there's no way something that's currently airing not finished is the best of all time, but it's like
Go.
if you it's like
Go confirm.
it could be there's so, maybe I'm just wrong, but it's like even there's like the good stuff. Like I watched the new season of Baki and it was really good. It's probably like the best one so far.
Grant, have you seen it?
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh shit, I just realized IO Netrunner might hear this who plays D&D with me. So, hey, I love our DM. I'm just joking around.
Okay, I was wondering-
Don't tell him I said that.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's like I actually know this for movies as well, where it's like people are like, this movie that just came out is the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And it's like every so often there is something that I would agree, like, yeah, this is amazing. But I think people are way too liberal with giving things like a perfect score
that
or a 10.
HBO shows too. I see that all the time.
And-
Every HBO show is like the biggest thing in
Like,
the world
that's
when it's
true,
airing.
yeah.
Honestly, like something that's like an 8 out of 10 is still like really, really good.
Yeah.
There's I was talking about Baki. I was like, that's a really like an 8 out of 10. That was enjoyable as fuck.
You know what?
I really loved
things.
that.
I like things that have a little bit of flaw. You know, just a
That
little
too.
bit.
Like
Can't be too perfect. There's got to be something
Yeah,
where
like-
your mind goes to it and you're like,
like
that's a
Baki
little
is
off.
fucking stupid. Like it's really dumb, but
I love
it.
that. Like I love so many things that are so fucking stupid that they're genius.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Anything Hideo Kojima makes.
yeah, like in the new season of Baki, they had like this like guy who it was Pickle, which was like the pickled man. He was like a caveman who was fighting dinosaurs. Doesn't make sense, but here we are, and they like thawed him out of ice and he's alive and he's like just fighting people and then eating them after. And then like they bring him to this airport and for some reason some airport lady tries to interview this fucking caveman and then he just fucking rapes her on camera and then he just falls asleep.
And then also Obama is there.
Yeah, you know what's funny? He actually is okay with Obama, but he like
this is why I don't have anime burnout because I don't know what the fuck this
sounds like the problem is watching too much.
Liked Obama.
I should watch this.
Sounds like an overconsumption problem.
He liked Obama. He hated Trump.
And that's why they make so much.
He hated Hillary Clinton. He was like,
people
bitch,
who like
shut
it
up or I'll
watch
rape you
all
to
of it.
death. And then he hated George W. Bush. Because, you
It's
know.
an addiction, really.
How is it addiction? My thing is like, I'm burnt out. I'm excited to talk about the one fucking anime this year that I like.
We're having a side conversation over here. You're not part of this?
If you're like a Coke head, right? And you do too much Coke and you're like, man, I love Coke, but like my life is
too much of
it's
it.
getting worse. And I'm having withdrawals every day. And you're like, my life is actively getting just horrendous and the relationships are falling apart as a result. You would go, I have a problem.
Yes.
You know?
I feel that way with like, in a way,
like sometimes when two psychos find each other, it's just anime all day long, you know?
Like I played a lot of video games this year, but I was also like number one, unemployed for a large part of the year. And number two, also writing for several different video game websites. So I'm like, I owe it to myself to play a bunch of games. And I was playing a lot of new games.
Did you get burnt out?
Yes. I think
you deserved it.
By the time I got my Switch year in review thing, I didn't post the total hours in the Discord because it was almost 800.
Holy fuck.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I played a lot of games.
That's not as much as I own ever. He's got like 1,000, like 300 hours or something.
I've been burnt out on games for like a decade.
I think like I really got, I love video games. Like I think that by the time I finished the Mario RPG remake, I was like, I need a break.
Yeah, do some other stuff.
There was a lot of amazing games this year. And like that was the last one I wanted to play. That was done. I'm like, okay, I have been neglecting a lot of other things that I want to catch up on.
Hey,
I fell
Kevin,
off gaming.
have you ever considered getting into music?
Yes. And I feel like that's actually like, truthfully,
untapped territory of autism.
I do want, because like I feel like I used to like a lot of like when I was in high school, all the music I listened to, I would just find from the radio. And then like later on in college, I just would like, or download random shit from Kazaa. And then like, I feel like podcasts became like almost too prevalent in my life because it's like when I'm doing chores, I'm like, oh, I'm behind on so many shows. I guess I might as well listen. But like, yeah, like I did start a record collection and then I lost a job. So I stopped buying records.
Yeah, that's a good reason to stop buying records.
Yeah. But
even if you have a job.
So like that, like, I have definitely for sure fallen behind on like music keeping upping, period.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something I'm like, I really want to like jump back into.
I love music and I try to keep up, but yeah.
I don't really keep up even with music just because, again, the same thing, too much shit comes out, but like, I'm kind of like the kind of person where like I go backwards. Like I get into like, oh, let's look at the like a list of like shoegaze stuff, and it's all like fucking old. Like,
yeah, that's cool though. I think that's
like,
totally valid.
Like,
I mean, I'm going through the Cure discography right now because I'm like,
really?
I've only got a couple albums from early on in because I'm like, you know what? There's so much like there's like a lot of bands I've enjoyed that I'm like, I really like what I've heard and I just haven't like sat down enough with them.
So far, what's your favorite? I want to know.
I think the last one I listened to is Pornography.
Yes, that's
that
the second.
Yeah.
That's the second best one. Disintegration. That's the best album of all
I
time.
love Pornography.
Yeah, bro.
They
I
mean
like
the
the
pornography
song
of the soul. They mean perverted. Your soul is so fucked up and perverted. It's pornographic. That's what
I
they
like
mean.
the song about
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's good. But
I think that's my
They gotta
favorite
put fucking superheroes
song.
in everything now.
I was gonna say I am sad because I feel like I fell off gaming this year. Maybe did like some of the least gaming I've done in several years.
You know
and
what's-
it sucks.
This is actually the year I've played the most games, like new
I've heard
games.
multiple people say that, and I'm
But
like,
and
fuck,
by,
it feels
and
bad to be
most,
the
by
opposite.
most, I
'cause
mean
wanna
like
play more games.
literally 4 games. I played Resident Evil 4.
Oh wow!
I
That's
played
good.
that Mario Wonder. I played that Suika game so fucking much. the watermelon game, which is just like a stupid puzzle game.
Oh yeah,
I'm just really into puzzle
games.
games because it's like you can turn your brain off and you're like, oh, it's 5 AM.
Yeah.
And then like Mario, I'm almost done with Mario RPG, but like that's like 3 more than I usually do for new games.
I think I got 2 or 3 stars left for Mario RPG.
I got like 2 more.
I think I'm in
This
Monstro
year-
Town, or I just left Monstro Town.
I think what I did this year for gaming was I finished Deathloop. I played Skyward Sword HD.
Dude, I love that game when it came out. I bought it on sale at one point, and I tried playing it before Tears of the Kingdom, and I got bored and I stopped.
Yeah, I loved it. It's totally fair to like, it's a flawed game 100%, but the things that are good about it are really good. And I think the HD, the remake they did it's like a remaster, but they made it better by like deleting some of the shitty elements of it.
Yeah, I just like maybe I'll go back and play it at some point.
Yeah, and I played it with the motion controls, which was very frustrating at some points, but overall I enjoyed it, and it kind of is to me what makes that game unique.
I think I personally feel like I'm maybe happiest when I'm enjoying like as much of a variety of things, and sometimes I think I can get like a little bit like lopsided on one or two things. And like then I'm like and like I said, this year, like I said, I was writing for like 3 or 4 different gaming websites, so it really made me want to play a lot of games. And also there was a ton of great games coming out.
Again, there's too much good shit coming out.
Grant and I have in common that we both put like 100+ hours into Tears of the Kingdom, but haven't beaten it.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of those, I keep coming back to it to like, let me do another 12 quests and then put it down, and then
I
play
need
Mario.
to, but I started playing Cyberpunk 2077 recently now that it's finished.
Is it?
Yeah, it's apparently good now.
Yeah, they put out the 2.0 update, which was very significant.
How do you feel about that? Because that came out like 2 years ago?
I think it's bullshit.
I've owned it for 2 years or 3 years, and have
now
not
it's like
playable. Finally started playing it.
That's bullshit.
I mean, it was playable, but they made it much more resemble the product that it was supposed to be.
They should have waited then. That's my thing.
I think they should have waited.
This is my thing.
I'm not in on the discourse.
It's all fucking corporate bullshit. Like I know. I'm
mad.
The people who made the game were probably like, give it time, and then they're like, no, push it out. It has to be out now.
Well, I remember that happening because they were like, how come it's not out yet? How come it's not out yet? And they kept delaying it. And people are like, how come it's not out yet? And they were like, fine, here.
Shut the fuck up.
People complain that
I have such a backlog. I will be fine if a game I'm excited for takes another 2 years to come out.
Tears of the Kingdom, like it was supposed to be out like over a year before it was, but they took a whole year off to play it over and over to make sure it was
so
right.
many times that it was going to be delayed as much as it was. I was like, I knew 100%.
Like 25 years to make movie sequels. If it takes 6 years for a video game to come out, like who gives a shit? What are you doing?
Tears of the Kingdom needed it too.
Yeah.
And it was good. Like when it came out, it still has performance issues, but it is good enough for release for sure.
And I
think it's great.
Yeah.
There's a lot I could say about that, but at the risk of, let's just bring it back to the main point here, media burnout. Let's just not just say anime.
It's media burnout.
But media burnout. It's like you consume maybe one kind of thing for too much.
Yeah.
But it's like you get kind of sick of it, but you also kind of get to know the ins and outs of it a lot more, which is nice.
Because then you kind of know like what to expect, and it's not that original anymore. So you have to go backwards to kind of find like hidden gems, and that's kind of where I'm at now. Like especially for music, I'm kind of like going back.
No, not you. Julia Fox did the thing where she said, I was the person for
Uncut Tabs. But yeah, I'm kind of going like backwards for stuff. Like, and apparently like with like 10 years is considered old, but it's like I'm going back to like music that's like 10 years old kind of that I kind of just missed because I don't know, but it's like apparently it's like, oh well, then you're just like out of touch, and it's like I don't need to be in touch with anything. Like you don't, I hate that you need to know. I need to be in the loop.
It's not a fucking race.
I don't need to be in the loop for everything.
Where does your brain sort of take you? And
like apparently for musicians, they take more than a year to come out with a new album now. They've fallen off, and it's like, try waiting. Like the last Cure album came out in 2008. This motherfucker's been saying, oh, it's almost done for like fucking 10 years now. And you know what? Let him fucking take his time. It's probably going to be good. I heard the new songs live. They're good. So like, let him take his time.
That's the thing with fucking art. And like going back to books, one of my favorite books is I got it
Mein
over there.
Kampf?
No, that is not one of my
Atlas
favorite
Shrugged?
books. is also not one of my favorite books.
The Fountainhead
is the I did read The Fountainhead, and I was like, okay, this isn't so bad.
Say you were reading
I
the
think
Bible?
I don't think her books are that bad.
Yeah,
I don't think her books are that bad.
It is
How
funny.
is that funny?
It's funny.
To read something?
Yeah, because
you don't have to agree with things to read
fucking
about
nerd.
them.
Yo, the library's over there.
Most people who believe in the Bible.
I bet you have a
is in
library
that
card, you
direction.
fucking nerd.
But no, the book The Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. He wrote that book.
Based on the movie?
He wrote that book, and it was like this masterpiece that immediately was just like, oh, one of the greatest pieces of American literature, whatever. And then he spent the rest of his life writing a follow-up book, and then he died, and then it never was released. And they released the book Juneteenth on 2019, and it wasn't even his completed work.
And you're afraid that's
just
going to happen to you?
Yeah. Because I'm also writing a book about an invisible guy. So it might happen.
Kind of
But
reminds.
that's just like art. That's the whole thing that I'm sort of getting back to, with the whole David Zaslav and whatever shit, is just that's not a guy who's delving himself into work to create a product. He's a money man that is
Creating
managing shit that other people are doing, that they're pouring their heart and soul into. And sometimes you write a book and then you die, and then you don't produce anything else, and that's just the reality of it.
Well, Grant, I promise if you die, I'll
Josh, shut
release
the
your book
fuck up.
for you, and I'll
Josh,
put my name on it.
I'm cutting you off. I don't know which one you are. Which one are you? What are we talking about?
What else we got? I think we covered media burnout.
Media burnout. I highly recommend books. Y'all should read some books. Get a library card.
I'm burned out on books.
Go read some books.
My dad made me read books every day when I was in middle school, and it was not.
Well, no, find stuff
that's
you
not
want to
cool.
read.
It was he made me read Mein
based.
Kampf. He made me
Don't
read
read
Mein
Mein
Kampf.
I said that at the
You have-
exact wrong time.
You have no. There's no reason to read Mein Kampf. You
Your
have no
dad
reason
made
to
you
read it.
Yes,
Read Mein Kampf?
he made me.
Oh my
He's you need to
God.
know about.
I thought Grant's dad was the same.
No, to be
Yeah, I
fair,
think that's borderline.
to be fair, my dad was you need to understand the minds of evil people or something. And
That's fucked. That is a
And I was
bad
12.
reason.
And you know what? He also made me read Catcher in the Rye, and he was like, I think you'll really like this. You're just like the main character. And that broke me. That is the most mean
my
thing anyone has ever
God.
said.
That's
And
pretty insulting.
that's so. I'm 12. That's okay if I'm like that. You don't need to fucking be mean like that. And then honestly, that fucking changed. I was like, I need to change the way I am. If I'm this whiny fuck, I need to change. But again, your dad isn't supposed to fucking say that to you.
Right now, there's a
He's not
tank.
supposed to make you read Mein Kampf at the age of 12.
Yeah,
that's
what are 12-year-olds supposed to be doing? I was trying to think of a funny
Reading
example.
manga books, which I wanted to do. I wanted to
Yeah.
read fucking Fruits Basket. And it's no, this is stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I read a lot of shit that I don't identify with and shit like that, but I don't think Mein Kampf is on the fucking list.
No.
There's other things, but I don't remember. It's just that one was egregious.
That stands out.
How about
yes.
make you watch Schindler's List or something? You don't need to read
Man.
Mein Kampf to get the perspective
No,
on
but
the
he did make
fucking
me.
Nazis.
He did make me watch Citizen Kane, and it was so fucking boring.
good
And,
movie.
and then he
Citizen
didn't
Kane's
even
okay.
like it either. He's
I
like,
haven't
"Yeah, that
seen
movie was boring." And it's thank you, thanks, sir.
It's okay. I've been rewatching a lot
Actually
of
haven't
old
seen
movies.
I like
List
Citizen
either.
Kane.
Well,
I
I
need
was
to see it.
10.
I
Let's
own
watch
it
it.
on
Let's
10-year-olds
watch
don't
Fire
like
Bros.
this. 10-year-olds don't like that. 10-year-olds don't like Mr. Strangelove or Dr. Strangelove.
That's a good fucking movie.
Well, I was 10 and I thought it sucked.
It's hilarious.
Well,
I
I need to
gotta
watch it
say.
again.
I
It's
was
fucking
10. I
good.
wanted to watch Dragon Ball Z. I don't want to watch these
It's
old
kind of like Dragon Ball Z
Okay.
when he's riding the fucking bomb and throwing his hat.
I'll
Going
watch
Super
it
Saiyan
again.
on the nuke.
Chala, het chala.
It's like he's riding the Kintone.
Mein
Yeah.
Fuhrer, I can stand.
Anyway, what else we got on the list? Media burnout, LinkedIn, AI.
Hate the holidays. People on TikTok.
You know
Better
what?
Call
You know what
Saul
we should
season
move on
6,
to?
Fedora guy. I reject your premise.
Grant, I want you to tell the story of the Halloween party. Because it's come up in personal lot, but I don't think it's been told on a
Halloween
podcast.
party?
Which
You know what I'm
Which
talking
one?
about. When I came in dressed as
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god!
Well, you guys, I'm going to take a piss real quick. You guys talk about
Yeah. I think you
Yeah.
should tell the
I'm
story.
gonna have to
Grant.
go piss as well, so you guys
Everyone's
can
Go
taking a
piss, girl.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Okay, watch the walls. See you guys.
This is not how I imagined this happening, but
Here, Grant, you go and talk. Everyone will leave the room. So, Josh, so we're at a Halloween party, right?
that's right.
How many years? This is like 2018, 2019.
Probably like 20.
It was the before times.
Yeah.
In the before times, we're at a. This is why I have like a hard time. Because everyone like kind of, if you listen to this podcast, my sense of humor, and it's I try and be abrasive, but it's in a way that's like the people around me sort of recognize the abrasion, sort of thing. But then you reflect on it and you're like, man, am I just like an asshole? Because there's so many instances in which you're like at a party or something like that, and you have like one bad experience with like just some guy and you don't know who the fuck he is, and you go, that guy's an asshole. And then someone goes, oh no, I've known him for many years. He's just
Right.
kind of doing like a whatever.
Yeah.
He's not really an asshole, but in your head, you're like, oh, that person's an asshole. And I just think that now forever. And if I see that person's face come back up, and you wonder why, like, oh, some people just aren't responding to you and whatever. And you never think like, oh, am I the asshole? And sometimes you are the asshole, and that's just how people remember you, and that's how people think of you. And I've been struggling with that lately, because sometimes you are in those positions and you reflect on that and you're just like, man, I just for like a moment in time, that's how, if I die tomorrow, that's just what people will remember me.
I didn't think I was going to make you have an existential crisis.
I've been having, the whole thing has been an existential crisis for a long time.
It's a fun story.
It's a fun story.
And you're not an asshole.
Thank you. But so we're at a Halloween party.
But I know what you mean.
Exactly. So that's why it weighs heavily upon me. It's not that big of a deal. It's whatever. But we're at a Halloween party. I'm dressed as Taylor Swift. And I'm dressed like that. I'm dressed as Taylor Swift from
It's a good costume.
the what's the song? Shake It Off.
I don't know. I'm not a Swiftie.
It's from the Shake It Off music video.
I don't have a girlfriend.
Because pretty much that music video, she's wearing she's wearing multiple outfits, right? Because that's what pop stars do. She's wearing multiple outfits, but one of the main outfit when she's singing is all black, which I can do. She has blonde hair, so I got a wig, and I put on lipstick. So it's literally just blonde hair and a lipstick.
Kevin was Bloody Face, by the way.
Kevin was Blood Boy.
Was it the same year?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was the second time you had done it.
Yeah, yeah.
Kevin's always Blood Boy. I don't know what that is.
Original character.
It's classic. Good
Original
costumes.
character, Blood Boy. He just puts blood all over himself.
I still got half a jug of that stuff left.
And I'm dressed as Taylor Swift, and we're all at this party, and everybody's dressed up as whatever. I can't remember anybody else's costume. And Josh shows up. Oh, and I like the reason why I'm saying the thing about being an asshole is that
I think it'll become clear.
It'll become clear, but I remember there was like a specific point of contention that one of our other friends then brought up that you then had to be like, oh no, he's cool. Is Josh arrives and he's not wearing a costume.
I was wearing some of it.
You were wearing some of it, but it wasn't clear that you were dressed for Halloween.
No. And I mean, I'm sure I had my jacket on and everything. And
it wasn't clear.
It wasn't clear that it was a costume yet. You were just wearing clothes and you said, okay, I got my stuff. I'm going to go change. So you went to the bathroom and you came out and you were dressed in the costume. And the costume, if I recall, is you were Ash from Evil Dead 2 / Army of Darkness. I don't know which iteration you were going for.
Mostly Evil Dead 2.
Mostly Evil Dead 2.
Like the end of Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, okay.
It's starting to kind of prove his point, what he's going to say in a second.
So Ash from Evil Dead 2, and I know it's one of my favorite movies.
It's one of my favorites for sure.
It's a fantastic movie. Iconic character. A very specific look. He gets his hand cut off. He replaces his hand with a chainsaw. You had a fake chainsaw.
Yeah,
I
put some effort
good.
into this costume. I had never put anywhere near. I hate dressing up for Halloween.
Yeah,
and this was the
sometimes
first
you
time
find
I
a
was
costume
actually
like that it's like, okay, it's not that
I care
difficult,
enough.
but if you
I
put a
cared
little
enough.
bit of effort into it, you get a lot out of it.
Yeah.
And so you walk out of the bathroom, you're wearing like your flannel shirt, and you have
I
like
modified a toy chainsaw so I
toy
could put my
chainsaw,
hand
your
into
hands
the
inside
chainsaw,
it.
and
You
I put like a little wooden
you
dowel
put
for a
wooden
handle
thing in so you can hold
Yeah.
it right and stuff like that, and it looked real good.
and I like ripped up like a jean shirt
yeah.
and put fake blood on myself.
Really good costume. Josh walks out of the bathroom and he says, or no, he doesn't say
I didn't
anything.
say shit.
He walks out of the bathroom. I go to address the costume that he's just changed into. Meanwhile, this party full of basically mostly strangers.
Everyone's talking.
Everyone's talking.
There's like general party noise
There's
happening.
general party noise, but for some reason it got kind of quiet
At the exact same time
at
you
the
started
exact same
saying
time that I
something.
open my mouth,
Yes.
and what comes out of my mouth is, what are you supposed to be dressed as? A virgin? And now it was a joke. It was a joke, but it somehow got quieter.
Yeah. So everyone was talking, and you had no intention of broadcasting this comment to the whole party, but for some reason, the second it started coming out of your mouth, like there was just like a random lull in
It was
the
a random
conversation
lull, and then I
where
said it, and
it
I
was loud enough
expected
that
people to
everyone heard it,
laugh,
and
it
just
it
everyone
was like
took
pin drop.
everyone just took notice and didn't know how to react. And I didn't know how to react because of how quiet it got. Like if it had just stayed loud and you had just said this to me and no one else had heard, I would have just laughed and been like,
And here's
oh
like,
yeah.
here's the like my fucked up like part of like my brain goes like, that killed, because I like when
You were
I
stunned, didn't even know what to say.
when I like, you know, I talk about this a lot, I feel like, but when you go to like an open mic, like when you go to see comedy and whatever, and when you see someone who is like, they're telling jokes and they're getting no response from the audience, and it's that like just dead silence, and it's like people don't even want to give you like a pity laugh sort of thing. Like I like that a lot because I like alienation as a concept, and I fucking nailed it because everyone was like,
Yeah, and no one
And then
knew
so-
that like how well we knew each other, and then I
and they
knew
were like,
like
well, that guy's
that's
a
your
dick.
sense of humor.
And then one of our close friends, should I say his name?
Sure.
Ethan. Then Ethan, I think, like talked to you and was like, yeah, I don't know about Grant. I think
Yeah.
he's like kind of a dick.
Yeah, and I had to be like, no, Grant, like he did not intend for that to go over the way it did. Like I generally would have just laughed and been like, you're a fucking
Right.
asshole. Like normally,
You have to
But
understand the
I
relationship.
was
He
like-
loves me, okay?
I was
He
like
loves me.
stunned by the silence, so I didn't know how to react for a second. And then like everyone just kind of
And I was
pretended
walking
didn't
away from it
happen.
like, yeah, I'm the funny
Yeah.
guy at the party.
But I will say it did like hit sort of a sore spot because as you guys know very well, I am an incel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And you know, it's not my fault. Women are intimidated by me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just too powerful.
right.
You're too much of a Chad.
Yeah.
You're Chad cell.
Yeah. And
yeah, Chad Cell.
so,
you
you
Chad
know,
pilled.
I had to reflect on that, you know, incident for a while. And but I did come out of it much more
better
reassured
person.
in my incel
Masculinity.
You know, yes.
He's been mewing.
so
Whatever that.
Good.
I
yeah.
wanted to thank you.
exercises.
I've been wanting to thank you.
Yeah, no,
for that.
no problem.
Wow.
Have you been jelking? Don't answer. No, it's whatever. I don't want to talk about this.
Why?
Why did you feel we had like? Did you want to like just get that out of the air, like out in the open on the show? Like
I just think it's a fun story. I think it's cool that we've got like we're just friends and we're
Buddies,
just like
pals.
the
It's
gone
penultimate
full
episode of the
circle.
show, and we're
Yeah,
all
we're-
just like
nobody's
We're reliving
close
the glory
personal
days.
friends
stupid
that have
little
known each
fucking
other for
game
years
or
now.
comic they're working on. We don't have to fucking talk about.
Yeah.
It's just I thought it would be fun to bring up like a story of like us. Being
I want to be
friends.
clear. I'm kidding, by the way. If I'm
Yeah. Everyone.
Yeah,
fucking-
yeah.
I like-
Basically,
yeah.
everyone except like two people we love.
Yeah. There's
Also,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to make it clear that my incel ideology, you know, I want people to know about that.
yeah, for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, in regards to the when we sort of drop hints every now and then, like, everyone minus two people. If you're sort of like, is it me? It's not you.
No,
It's
not
definitely
you.
not
If
you.
it's you, like, one, you're not listening to this, and two, like, it's you, you know. But it's not. It's not. If you're like, oh, do the thought cops hate me? Probably not. It's not.
One of these people
it's
got
not
canceled pretty
yeah.
hard, so it's
Yeah, I feel like I had like someone who we clearly get along with very well. I don't remember who it was being like, I don't know. They heard something like, it's probably me, isn't it? It's like, no,
it's not you.
I talk to you on a
No,
regular basis. I don't remember who it was, but it was like so like what?
Yeah, no, I don't want to like drop these like little bits of like
gossipy,
little
yeah.
bits of shade to like
Oh, you don't?
offend anyone
I
in particular.
promise,
Fire
if you're
Bros.
listening,
We did Fire Bros. If you want to know basically who it was,
Yeah, let's just say
you
their
can pay
names on
$2 to listen to the One Piece episode. Yeah, no, we're gonna fuck. You pay us for that.
Wait, did we say the canceled one? Did I drop that?
No, I don't think we did.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
you definitely don't.
One of whatever. Just listen to the episode. One person for sure gets mentioned, and we just don't fucking care anymore.
And I said to Josh, you didn't have to say the name.
Oh yeah, I know who. Yeah, I know that one.
So that's.
But
one.
I did have to, and there's no way that
You know who it is.
that
That's all I'm gonna
there's
say.
no way it's getting
That's all I'm
that's
gonna
making
say.
its way to
Yeah,
them.
'cause I
And if
don't-
it does, who
you know.
gives a fuck?
Yeah, no.
Generally, I don't care
Whatever.
for this type of shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
What else we got on the list there?
Hate the holidays. People on TikTok. Better Call Saul season 6.
Can we do the
Fedora
TikTok
guy, I
thing?
reject.
Can I do the TikTok thing?
Yeah,
I haven't been able
what's
to-
the problem with
we all
people
get
on
up
Yeah,
TikTok?
I should have gone pee
Wednesday
now. I'm not on there.
Well, okay.
I do have to go pee
I
also,
tried.
so.
I tried to do the TikTok thing, and oh my god, people are such fucking
Oh, yeah.
babies. So I made a video. There was like this TikTok trend.
You make a lot of videos.
I
and
don't-
You,
I don't make a lot
Well,
of-
you don't make a lot, but you do make videos, and they
they get
seem to
mad.
ruffle a lot of feathers.
There's something about me that rubs people the wrong way. I know what it is, but I can't change. I'm just built this way. I just rub people the wrong way. But I made this video. It was like a sound bite where it's like, get out of my car, get out of my car. And it's like supposed to be like, if someone puts this on the aux cable, then you got to get out of the car. And you know, everyone I saw were doing like easy targets. Like, if you put on Machine Gun Kelly, you're not allowed in my car.
Fucking,
But it's
you're
like-
a coward if
you're-
you do that
exactly.
type of shit.
If you
Like,
put-
if you put on Machine, no, we all
No
know
shit.
that that's like the easy punching bag.
I went for the jugular. I went for Sacred Cows. I went for like Nirvana. I went for Pearl Jam, which they give me diarrhea. That's literally the only reason. Like, unless you want me to diarrhea shit while we're driving.
Is it like a frequency thing? Of
It's
like
the
his
brown
voice?
noise. It's his voice that is the brown noise.
I think I know what you mean. Actually, I like them, but like I actually do think that I get cleaned out when I hear them.
I'm not the only one, but and then I said like Death Grips, Animal Collective, Suicide Boys,
Oh boy,
Marilyn Manson, 100 Gex.
I'm starting to see what happened here.
People fucking molded.
You're doing the ones with like cult following.
But they
is the
suck.
problem.
If I'm driving, I don't want to hear it. Like, and they were.
I can deal with a couple Death Grips, but like as a whole, if you put on like an album, I just go, oh, he's yelling too much. No, it's too.
And
There's got to be ups, there's got to be downs, but it's too much ups, and it's like it's making me anxious.
or like Lil Peep. I was like, this fucking sucks.
I
Like,
don't even. Some of these I don't even.
He's like some
touch.
shitty dead rapper people pretend to like because he died, but
okay, well,
like.
rest in
The
peace.
ones who got the most mad were like the Death Grip fans and the Animal Collective fans.
Yeah.
This one person who was like from Milwaukee and just fucking mauled it at me. And it's like, clearly you only listen to popular music. Have you ever tried listening to Kendrick
true.
Lamar? Like trying to quiz me about what I listen to.
No one's ever listened
Like,
to Kendrick Lamar.
You've only listened to popular rap music that is old or like,
Wait, what?
like,
Kendrick Lamar is popular rap music. He's like
Yeah.
one of the most popular artists.
or like, how can you call Animal Collective pretentious? They're literally just pop music. You just
That's like a common fucking complaint
Cope.
people have about them, you know.
And also, like, people say Animal Collective is like the Beach Boys. Do you hear them on the radio? Do they have beloved fans? Have they created anything the same as
music
Pet Sounds?
industry's changed though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they will never be on the radio. They're
Probably
not the
not,
Beach
but-
Is that a
Boys.
good thing though? Like something has to be on the radio to have some kind of.
But I'm saying they're pop music like the Beach Boys. They're not
Oh, yeah.
like, even if it was like, you know, like I'm talking like it's not pop music like that. It's just, I said, what did I say? It's like, it's a pretentious art school dog shit or something, which they are. And like just malding. It's like, you clearly don't understand. This is your first time experiencing anything experimental. I'm like, way to fucking prove my point.
That's like so weird too.
And also,
because there's plenty of like
me.
experimental fucking artists.
Also,
like that's not the end all be all.
You don't know me. Like, why are you
Collective.
so mad some random person doesn't like your shitty band? If someone was going to be like, I think The Cure is the worst band ever, I'd be like, wow, you're
what I've been doing
dumb, and I just block. I don't mauld.
You know what I've been doing?
I don't know what malding is.
It's like if you're it's like you're balding and you're mad, you're malding. You're
Is that
so
what it is?
it's you're so mad, you're just balding, your hair is receding.
So that's what happened to Maddox.
He is literally the definition of malding.
Yeah.
You know what I've been doing
Maldox.
when I go on TikTok is I don't leave any negative comments on anything. I
It's
just
just such a waste of time. all this
yeah.
That's
stuff.
why. No, this video. The best part of this video got deleted for hate speech because these butthurt
Oh
Death
my
Grips
God,
fans
they
like
were
reporting
reporting
me. I'm like,
But
I'm
you know-
done. I'm not even trying to use this platform.
If something angers me, I just like scroll. I don't care. But if someone's like, I'm 63 years old and I just released my first book, I go, hey, way to go. Good job.
Yeah.
Wow, you did it. Like,
yeah.
here's
Just let
some
me-
fucking positivity
Yeah,
because
let
I'm
me-
miserable all the
let
time.
me hate
Hope
it.
you do something good with it.
And you put a lot of comments like, hey, please promote, my channel. Let's do a collaboration,
Yeah. Let me hate.
That usually works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
promote on Chicago Guide or whatever.
The only person who like got what I was going for was Lakemba, and he's like, "Wow, I wish I could hate at a level like this." I'm like, "Thank you."
You just got to keep hating.
yeah, just
You'll get there, buddy.
But like a lot of men don't like when women are haters. They're like,
Yeah, you don't, your dumb female brain doesn't understand this.
Hating doesn't know any. There's no
it
boundaries.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm like a
To quote one of the greatest party rock bands in America, LMFAO.
Thank God.
Stop hating is bad.
no,
Preach.
no.
I just like I feel like if you're that upset by like someone doesn't like a thing you like and you have to report it for hate speech, it's like you have no personality. It's
Yeah,
like these
you're a
people.
bitch.
These are people who have nothing to value the world, and all they have is like their hobbies and media they like.
Your Anthony Fantano issued like hobbies, like, bro, like that's your identity. That's sad.
Let's get this going. I know you like Fantano. Let's get a little bit.
Okay, then just like someone told like
Josh,
a tastemaker.
what's your opinion on
Then just-
eugenics and movie Bob? Or
What
is that
the
a thing you
fuck?
want to?
No.
I'm joking. I don't want to talk about
I
this.
should
again.
say not just him, but I'm saying like a taste, like an acceptable tastemaker, like people who is like, I need to defend this tastemaker, like rate your music like canon. And
I don't care either direction of
it's
this
just annoying.
entire conversation because I don't hate Anthony Fantano because he's just a guy with opinions, but I also don't
it's just
get
his
the people
opinion, right?
that like complain about his opinions. You know?
You know what's hilarious? He finally had a good opinion. He thinks Sexy Red is good, and people are mad at him. Like,
Yes, people are so mad about
but it's
it.
like Sexy Red is awesome. I love her.
I don't know what this is.
He was clearly manipulated
like
by
it.
his fan base.
I don't like it, but if he likes it, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's just one guy. Like that's the whole thing about the problem with the complaining is it's just one person. Who cares?
Yeah, it's
I
just
don't
like,
care.
yeah, just stop.
People are mad that he's just because he managed to get really popular, and so therefore he has influence in terms of like a lot of people hear his opinion,
Yeah.
and therefore people think that his opinion must be
Correct.
like he owes it to people to have the correct opinion, and it's like that's not how
It's
having
like
opinions
people
works.
bitching about like Roger Ebert. Not that he's
I was
still
just gonna
alive.
say
It's
that.
just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, Roger Ebert didn't like Evil Dead 2. It's like, yeah, so what?
I do
I
sometimes.
don't care.
Roger Ebert did say some objectively shitty things about like horror movies. so-
Sure, that's not his thing. Like, who cares?
That's fine.
He's
I don't
just
hate
a
him.
guy.
I don't hate him
I
for
also
it.
But
don't
there is
like
an element
horror
like
movies,
I will
but,
get
like,
recommended like a clip of like Siskel and Ebert
Yeah.
sometimes about a movie I like. I'm like, and when I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And it's like I feel like it's a different level where like you said, influence culture
Yeah.
in many ways. And like so, I think that it's like when you, especially when it's an older piece of media that you like and you see from when it was current, and a big tastemaker and reviewer is shitting all over it, and then you're like, oh, this thing I like didn't perform well commercially. it's this guy's fault.
Yeah.
That is a little bit annoying,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
Yeah, when I get
dead,
annoyed,
so-
it's more about like what something like someone like Ebert might have said. It's more because of like they make some kind of like moral outrage statement where they're like, "Wow, the filmmakers who made this are
Yeah, when it gets to like
bad
personal
people."
attacks and shit
it's
like that. Yeah,
that's
just like
no, you just like it's a movie.
Yeah.
Like calm
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Yeah, my punishment is if you mauled at like a random person's opinion, I get to kill you. I beat you to death with hammers.
Ooh. I wish you guys still had the wheel. I want to spin the wheel
I have
one
it.
more time.
It's at
Here?
home. No.
Like bring it for the last episode.
I should. Fuck it.
Yep.
Fuck it, dude.
Yeah, bro.
What's on the list next? We got anything else, Grant?
I have
Holidays?
something similar. No, I don't know if that's funny. I don't want to talk about that. Holidays, Better Call Saul season 6, Fedora guy. I reject your premise. You know what? Fuck it. I just want to real quick, 2 minutes of hate. People on TikTok defending child abuse. Like there will be videos of people just like making their children cry. And you're like, this is awful. And then people will just like be commenting like, everyone's so sensitive nowadays. It's like, this is you're putting abuse on the internet. Stop defending it.
Right?
You don't have to defend it. These are shitty people that are filming their children online doing fucked up shit to them.
Even just filming your children and putting it online in the first place.
Don't film your fucking children.
Yeah.
Don't put it
Let
online,
alone
and they will
making them
be
cry.
embarrassed and demeaned for the rest of eternity because this clip will never get scrubbed from the internet. And there's people, so what? Oh, they live in your house. Like, fuck it. If you do this, I should be allowed to kick down your door and beat the fuck out of you.
I agree.
If you fucking defend this
I'll
shit.
make you
It is
cry.
So I demand the right. If you're okay with this, I demand the right to come to your house and beat the fuck out of you.
It's not enough that you're just making your kids cry. You have to like film it to put it online for clout. It's like
insane.
is that have you ever heard of privacy? Like it's like they want like likes and stuff and they're like basically pimping out their kids.
Oh, and there's like a number of lawsuits too with some of these kids that were sort of like child stars on some of these like YouTube channels that are like family YouTube channels and whatever. And they turn 18 and they sue the fuck out of their parents.
Good.
That's going to be half of that generation. I swear to fucking God.
Dude, I can't wait.
These people filming their children, it is disgusting and repulsive. And I see it and I see the outrage. And then I see the people that are making comments and videos being, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, you must have had an easy childhood. Like, or I had a really fucking difficult childhood and I'm watching you do the same thing to your kids and you're fine with that. Like, I should be able to beat your fucking
for
ass.
an audience.
Yeah, even
For
worse.
an audience.
You wanna know
You make money off of this. You are making money off of this.
There's people, I know this one girl who's really dumb cunt, but like she was like teen pregnant and like when she crapped out her kid, she like posted her naked child on the internet.
Yeah.
Ew.
Like right when that kid was born, naked,
Covered
full
in
thing.
blood.
Yes. I was like,
Just Niko Kato eating his children on video.
I'm waiting for one of these
What's
kids
the
to.
famous painting like Jupiter
Saturn.
eats his son. Saturn eats his son.
But like,
Oh my
Avocado
God.
eating his Arby's.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for one of these kids to go family annihilator on their horrible like stage parent mother.
I feel
and
like
dump
that's
ferret.
maybe
It's
happened.
not yet. I don't think I would have heard about it because I'd be like, good, that kid should not be in prison. But like, it's gonna happen to like one of those like family channels where it's like some,
There's one famous lawsuit right now, and I don't know if it's over, if it's still happening, but it's like the kid turned 18 and was like, listen, I made my parents millions of dollars and they were constantly, I got nothing and they were constantly threatening, like, you have to keep making these videos because if you don't, we lose our house.
Yeah.
It's like, it's awful.
Yeah, there's no laws. Like, at least for child stars, they have like the Coogan account where they have to put a certain amount of money.
And they're like protected by a union. But if you're just on like fucking YouTube or TikTok making videos about your kids, like your kids are not part of a union that's protecting them, you know?
I just want to know who watches it. Like, it's so like, why would I want to watch some fucking stupid shitty kids doing stupid shitty kid things? Like, unless you're like a pedophile or like,
yeah, I mean, that's who's watching it.
Or like
yeah.
some sad, lonely, like childless woman.
Or if you are a kid who's like, I want to watch other kids play with toys.
That's it. It's pedophiles,
I broke your
sad, lonely
toys.
women and kids. Like,
Yeah, the pranks are it's always like doing pranks to your kid, and it's always like, I broke your toy. Or, you know, why I saw one of these pop up was because of like the whole like elf on a shelf thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, the elf on the shelf broke your favorite toy. And it's just like, this is horrifying. Like, if this is bad enough, but you filmed it and your child is screaming, like,
Your kid's gonna
that's
get bullied.
horrifying.
Well, you know, at least for the kids, like when they go to therapy later on, they can show them actual like, video. Like, see,
This is why I'm fucked up.
You saw Elf on a Shelf ruins kids' toy. Yeah, that was me. I starred in that. Yeah.
It was so dystopian.
So my punishment is I go to your house. Like, I think that should be just like an open, you know, like sort of like self-defense rules sort of thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, if someone attacks you, you can use force against them.
With
I think
hammers.
if someone attacks a child, we should all collectively
Beat them with hammers.
be able to beat them with hammers. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
understand.
Better Call Saul season 6. Did you guys
It's good.
see it? It's good.
This
Well,
was
I
a
could've
year
finally
ago.
watched
All right,
it.
next
Yeah.
one.
Well, it's been out for a year and a half. And
Yeah.
I finally just
I liked
caught
it.
up with
I
it.
just
I thought it was great.
It was good.
Spoilers. I was surprised that certain things
I didn't want to know
Were
that.
revealed.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I was surprised. Everybody. I
Everyone's
was
seen it,
surprised.
right? You've seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was surprised that a lot of things wrapped up when they did, because there was one specific episode. I'm like, holy shit, how is so much happening here?
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, this is the end of like this timeline.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then it becomes like an epilogue. To,
Yeah, because when I got to it, it was like, oh, there's like 5 episodes left.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it happens, and like it was. I think that's the best episode in the whole series, to be honest. Like
Is
the
it
one
the
yeah.
one with the guy that's
when like Lalo
Closer
and,
to the mic.
yeah, all
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that shit. That was like crazy. So much payoff. And then I like the epilogue stuff. I can definitely see some people not liking it.
It was a tone shift, but it was also like they needed to wrap it up. So like,
But like
you
that was
know.
like not. I mean, I don't think anybody expected it to happen that way, because I think
Right.
we all knew it had to go to the Gene timeline at some point.
Yeah.
I just didn't think it was going to be like 5 episodes at the
Yeah.
end.
yeah,
I
it was
don't have
it
any-
dragged a little, I think.
I don't have any complaints about any of that content. I liked all the epilogue stuff. I love the way it ended. I thought it ended like the way that it should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. yeah.
Like loved that court scene at the end, and
Yeah.
just like the decision that Saul ends up making, and how Kim is involved. But
man, I would not have done that.
I think-
I would have lied. I would have been like, I wouldn't have gone to prison.
I know some
Yeah, but,
other
like if he
I
would
know-
have
I
if he
know
would
the
have gotten
point, but-
out, like he would have just, I think, done the same shit over and over. Like I think that's
Yeah.
just who he is, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But well, he wanted to protect Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think the thing I've heard a number of people say that I agree with, it's just like, I kind of just wish there was a little bit more before the epilogue, or that we could have seen a little
like
bit
a little
more,
weird
a
of
little
like a
bit more of the
pacing
transitional
thing.
stuff.
The one thing I was, and like I don't think they're saving this for anything later, but they said they might, is they hinted at in both series, like Gus.
Flynn's revenge.
What?
Flynn's revenge.
The rise of Flynn.
Yeah, yeah.
No, like Gus's backstory as a kid in Chile. Like
That'd be interesting.
He told a brief story about like torturing an animal in one episode,
Yeah.
but like we never like throughout the series, like Mike is like, if I can't find it, nobody can, kind of thing, and like you're kind of wondering, and like it doesn't have to be told, but that was one thing I was kind of would have liked to see, like what the fuck happened, because they do reference it in both
yeah.
series.
You
like,
know,
right.
like
I wouldn't have mind seeing like one more flashback, but I don't know if I need like an extended
yeah.
version
Sometimes
of it.
Yeah,
things
yeah,
don't
yeah.
need to be
that
explained.
is true, but like for this series, like some part of the novelty to it was like how much they explained the backstory of the stupid Liberty balloon on top of his like
Right, right.
like if every small thing actually has, and they leave that glaring thing out. I thought that was kind of strange, but it's not the end of the world.
I think it's fine leaving that like open to
I also
interpretation.
like, I like
personally.
interpretation and just like, what's my imagination
'Cause,
going to do? with
again, we
this,
were
you know?
talking like the endless content cycle. Like I kind of think I like sometimes I just like a thing that's just done. We don't constantly need to add on. We don't need everything over explained. It kind of ruins the mystique, because he's like a character of mystique. Like we don't really know.
Yeah.
And like It doesn't need to exist.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, that's what I thought about. Like when they first announced Better Call Saul, I was like, oh, man, they could have just let a good thing go. And then it ended up being, in my opinion, maybe even a little bit better.
Well, if you
I
play
think so.
if you play the video game, you play as Jesse Plemons' character, and you find out how he like was kind of like fluctuating between weights, constantly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like on like different medications, and it was kind of affecting.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
Well,
it's about you like trying to fight the cravings, but then also working out to
Right.
get thin again. It's a good game.
And then he was also using like food as a reward too. So he's like, I'm going to work out, but then I'm going to eat so much junk food that it kind of undoes it.
And then meanwhile, you're like trying to make sure that Jesse stays captive.
Yeah, it's
because he keeps trying to escape, and you get to beat him.
It is funny though, because you sort of have like the opposite effect in sort of both ways, which is that like his character like does gain weight like in like between Breaking Bad and the movie. He like gains a bunch of weight and whatever, but it's what's his name? Don Eladio loses a bunch of weight and looks like way older in Better Call Saul, and it's just kind of like alarming, just like oh, but you watch Breaking Bad and he's like younger and he's like all this stuff, and you're just sort of like, oh, this
that's
is like
just what happens when you do a prequel.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Par for the course.
It was a little jarring to see Jesse Plemons look so different,
Yeah,
but you get over it pretty fast.
I would say one other thing, and I feel
he's
like
very good in the movie.
This is kind of a corny thing I wanted to see, but obviously we did have like the cameos in the middle of like Walter White and Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah.
But some part of me was like, and this is probably going to sound so corny, but like we never got to see Jesse as Walt's student in school. No flashback in either series. And then some part of me is like, kind of wanted to see that, even so briefly.
Well, you do get at the beginning of Breaking Bad, you get like one scene of him being in class, don't you?
No, you don't.
No, I don't think so.
No, he's like 25 in the beginning, and like he's like, oh, I remember you from school or something.
Okay, I don't know why.
Yeah. So and like, you never like see that like dynamic they had, even though it's referenced so much. Like one little thing in Better Call Saul, even like they still showed both of them, but it's like I would have preferred maybe
having this 45-year-old
pretend to be a high schooler. Yeah. I know, and it's like it feels like whatever, and like I still liked how they like the Jesse Pinkman cameo definitely happened in a moment where like, whoa, this is kind of weird, like a universes colliding kind of thing.
Yeah.
I did appreciate getting the scene of like when they first kidnap him and take him to the hole, just from a slightly different perspective, and getting a little bit more content within that. I liked that stuff a lot. There's a scene where Jesse interacts with Kim, which I really liked conceptually, but I thought maybe the execution was. I need to watch it again, but I don't know. It was a little awkward to me.
I was fine with it.
I think that episode with the kidnapping flashback, I remember thinking, whoa, we're going to see this part of the timeline? Because I thought because that was after the episode with like everything kind of wraps up. I thought we were going to spend more time like during the, and like we kind of got glimpses at it, but like,
which is what I would have liked.
The cold open was that. And then all of a sudden it's like, we're trying to steal from a shopping mall.
Right.
It's like, that's cool. But you kind of primed me for something else a little bit.
And I kind of get it in the sense that like they were like, well, again, sort of going into the whole thing of like Gene's trying his best to stay off the map, but he's kind of just falling into the same traps of like, he likes the celebrity of it. He's a showman. He's got bad tendencies, and he's just going to kind of keep falling into the same shit. But they did spend a lot of time with fucking like, let's practice, and it's just like I don't
love this.
Maybe it's lingering a little.
Also, like they've like flat out say Walter White is dead. Stop asking for like the revenge of Walter White, Breaking Bad 2. Like they had to just be like, he's dead. Stop asking.
Yeah,
like
I liked how like Marie showed up in that film. I'm like,
Yes.
whoa, that was
great.
Cool.
Her performance was fantastic in those episodes. She was so good.
Did they? I don't remember in Breaking Bad. Was she in the show after Hank died? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
So like
she is. Yes, she is because she.
like
she
a
helps.
little,
She's with
maybe so.
Wait.
I don't remember, but you don't see because it's been a few years. So
don't.
she's like, there's like time, like because she was. I wouldn't say bubbly, but there's like energy.
She is with Skylar when he calls her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, but like
she's still around. She just takes more
because like in the
back.
series, she was like more lively, like energetic, and then she's just like beaten down. Like after that, like it's like very. I don't know. Great. I thought that was good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, this was a year and a half ago.
I really like the stuff with like the old woman and like when he's then running from the cops and like hides in the dumpster.
Carol Burnett,
Yeah, Carol Burnett. Love that stuff.
It was,
and when doesn't he drop like the diamonds and is trying to like get the diamonds out of the dumpster and then he gets caught.
It was like, I respect it on some level of like, they could have gone with the crazy, and like it still was crazy, but like they were like, we need to do something that like people will not expect.
Yeah.
And I think in the long term, that's going to pay off better for them.
I thought it was perfect.
He was going to kill her. I was like, whoa, is he going to?
I thought it was perfect for his character. It was just like the lamest way for him to get caught like in a dumpster. It was just perfect. I love that.
Show's good.
Yeah. Well, that's Fire Bros for you.
Top shelf.
Yeah, top shelf.
No, we did burn the library actually.
Well, we're starting a new library. Top shelf.
I gotta get a card.
Just put it on the ground. Hate the holidays and or Fedora guy. I reject your premise.
I feel like we talked about hating the holidays enough last year.
Yeah,
that's why I came up. That's why it's on the list. Is because you guys. I listened to your holiday episode last year. It was the most. It was great because you guys were being honest, but man, it was like pretty bummerish.
Was it? I was actively trying to do the opposite of bummerish.
I don't remember what I even said.
You guys got real deep into just all the ways that like society sucked and just like
has it gotten any better?
Starting to see why the show never took off. I
didn't say it wasn't on point. It is what it is.
Too real. We were too real.
I like the holidays.
There's parts I like.
As a Christian incel.
There's parts I like.
It's fine. I don't like the fucking music.
No, I like the presents though.
Yeah, I like getting free shit.
Yeah, the presents is cool and like being around people is cool, but there's so much around like the media and the presents, or not the presents, sorry.
The presents rock.
The media and like the music and the movies.
Yeah, we can all agree.
I've heard the same songs over and over for 32 fucking years.
I hate Christmas
I'm tired
music.
of it, man.
We can all agree that stuff sucks.
I saw this picture online recently of this woman who had this massive back tattoo, like Yakuza style. And it was this giant Christmas mural, like Santa Claus, Rudolph, Frosty the Snowman, massive, very detailed, her whole back. And
that's Bethany.
Yeah, exactly. That is the Bethany's of the world. But like, I'm like, how? Like, listen. You like Christmas? That's great. I'm happy for you. But how can you like it so much where 365 days out of the year you have to look at Santa Claus on your back in July?
That's fucked up.
May. Like you got this big thing. Like it's like it's only relevant, or you really don't even think about Christmas at all the rest of the year.
There's some people that are freaks though. They're Christmas in July. Like shut the fuck up.
But it's like Christmas in July, in August, in September, October.
Their dad was dressed as Santa Claus one year, and they were like really turned on.
Okay, let's watch this video.
Anyway.
Okay.
Here, Josh, you want a headphone, or you know what happens,
this
right?
Is our key to
I've
the
seen
city.
this.
This is our key to the city. This episode, collectively, this is all our key to the city. Watch the table, please.
LGBTQ rights or economic stability? Why can't you have both? You need to pick one. I refuse the question. You can't refuse the question. I do, but you can't. But I did. But you need to pick one. No, I don't. I just said you did. So what? Can you pick
I just
one?
noticed his shirt.
No, because they're both doable. No.
My pronouns are
only
fine
one.
/
I don't have to pick one because you can have both. But the answer is both is not an answer. It's not a
I had no idea who this guy was.
Some dickhead TikToker trying to rage bait.
Yeah, seeing his shirt is all I need to know about it.
Because they're both completely doable. So LGBTQ rights or economic stability? Both. That's not an answer. Yes, it is. LGBTQ rights or
I'm
economic
surprised it goes on this
stability.
long.
Both.
No.
Are you trying
This
to
is
troll
still
me?
going.
I can't see him, but I can only. I'm just picturing in my head.
No,
what it looks like.
he just
You can't
doesn't
have
give up.
both.
He
Yes,
thinks
you
this
can.
guy's going to change
Not
his
in
answer,
this
even
question.
though he's very
Too
clearly
bad.
not.
Why are you trolling me right now? Because I don't have to choose. All right. Well, if I had to ask you gender inclusivity or economic stability, you can have both. You can't. Why you make this so difficult? I'm trying to pass my final.
You can't.
Too bad. Which one do you pick? I pick them both.
Too bad.
But that's not a valid answer. Too bad. Thank you. Thank you.
This guy posted this. Why would you post
That's
this?
so embarrassing.
The thing is, this guy, like, not to give people ideas, but like, if this guy really wanted to push him, he could have been like, he could have phrased his question in a way that made it more
no, because he's a
answerable.
fucking moron.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. But
he's
you could
a
have been like,
stupid person.
you could have been like, say you only have the choice to live in two countries and their policies happen to be that in one of the countries has economic stability but no rights for LGBT people, and the other one is the opposite. Like, which would you rather
Why are
live
you
in? Like,
indulging
then,
this? This is a stupid person.
Don't
yeah,
give
that's what
him
I'm trying to point out,
ideas.
how stupid he is, because that's how easy it is to come up with a way to force this guy to like answer the
Or
question
you just
want.
say, hey, man.
The premise is stupid regardless.
It's a stupid
but like,
premise,
he
but
can't
like,
even come
the
up
on-
with a way to
the
force
only
this guy to answer.
The only
it.
way that I would understand is when you go, hey, it's a hypothetical question. Don't be a dick. That's the only thing that makes sense, because people will do, would you rather eat a pound of shit or a pound of pee-pee? And you go, I wouldn't eat either. And you go, it's a hypothetical.
You could be
man.
like gun to your head.
That's gun to your head.
Yeah,
Literally, you couldn't
hypothetical.
even do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
This
Pull the
guy,
trigger. Pull the trigger.
I don't have to answer that. Like, okay, well, you don't have to, but like, I'm interested in what I like. But this is not a person that is capable of.
yeah, well, because
complex
he's trying
thought.
to make a point that is completely nonsensical.
Well, he's a Christian TikToker, so that tells you all you need.
I love this fedora neckbeard because like
He rules, man.
he like learned. There's a lesson that people should learn is don't feed the trolls. Like you just be like, yeah, okay. That's what pisses these kind of people off. Is like, yeah, I don't care. Like it makes them so mad, and that's the way to go. But people like fucking feed the trolls. They like take the bait just because they want like a dunk or something, and it's like it's not worth it.
Can't dunk on that guy. He's been studying the blade.
very good.
How about some voicemails?
Yeah.
We've been recording for a while, but we're having fun, so I didn't want to bring it up.
It's we're at 1:45,
Yeah,
so it's not the longest episode, but we can
talk about the
finish with
holidays
some
more.
No.
voicemails. We'll do one last. So the next episode will be a call-in episode. We don't know when that will be, but as soon as we know, we'll
Right now,
spew that out on socials, and we'll figure out how to do
the
that.
phones
But
are open. Call
Okay.
in.
if you cannot call in for the call-in episode, but you would like to leave a final voicemail, if you can, 312-788-7361, or send an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com.
Did you guys ever make a jingle for the phone number?
There's, if you call it, like, there's like
a little thing.
a little like bumper thing.
Yeah. It's like a call center thing.
Yeah.
No, what I mean, like, what's the number again?
I see.
All
what
right.
you're
So
saying.
voicemail.
2, 3,
Here's-
7, 8, 9.
No. Don't get him confused.
Here's the first voicemail.
Thought Cops, hello.
Hi.
Just here
Hello.
in my wind tunnel, and I heard you were
All right,
recording
thank
your
you.
penultimate episode.
Penultimate.
So I thought I'd better call in and leave my congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good job, guys.
Thanks.
Like, unironically, there's no joke or anything. Good job. You should be proud of yourselves. It's not easy to. Oh, I just got a message. Hold on. It's from my doctor. I have AIDS. All right, I gotta go.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Congratulations.
Congrats on the age.
Yeah.
Unironically,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you, Lakembra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I said this once in the Discord, but it's like he's like the Lenny of the Thought Cops universe.
Like Lenny from Simpsons.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
could
see that.
I
Yeah.
could see that. Yeah.
It's like where they had like we love you, Lenny, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to get AIDS in Australia.
Second voicemail.
Hey, this is Jim. This message is actually for the Fire Bros. So
Oh,
Oh.
we forgot to play this. I'm
if-
sorry.
Speaking.
I don't know who the Thought Cops are. If you can get this over to the Fire Bros, that would be great. I
sure
just want
can,
to thank
yeah.
them for the years
We'll
of
let 'em
great
know.
content and the great bonus
Oh, thank
content,
you.
really. And yeah, actually give me some stuff I'd want to go out and, watch, whether it be TVs
Cool.
or movies. As far as the podcast goes, it would, if I put it in the ranking, it would definitely be middle top shelf.
That's fair.
It
I'm
was
fine
going
with
to be
that.
there, but then Josh came out as a male feminist, and I didn't realize the show was woke. So
I've always been a male feminist. I didn't come out.
At best.
Only that part.
I'll go back and listen to him again, but I'm going to feel really bad about doing it. So, what could have been?
Well, that's the
Take
first
it, boy.
step to becoming a male feminist.
We're not doing this again. We're not.
That was a really good joke that you drove into the ground and then beat the ground with the stick.
We're not doing
I thought it was
Yeah,
funny, but in one instance.
Who was it? One person in the Discord was like, God, that was so annoying. I was like, yeah.
I think the only funny thing was when the episode was going to end and Niko said something and you said, "Shut up, bitch." That was
I mean, that's a genius cap on the bit.
That made
actually
it worth
is what
it.
a male feminist is like.
But everything else leading up to it was very annoying.
By the way, if it makes you feel better, Niko did say in that episode that she was going to punch me next time she saw me, and she kept her word not only once, but then she also punched me again the second time she saw me after that as well.
You had it coming.
I'm going to punch you again after this.
Yeah, I think she's just going to punch me every time she sees me now.
Yeah, well, you got one of those faces. Next voicemail.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Hello, close personal friends, Kevin and Grant.
Hello, thank you.
I was going to hold off until the last episode to send something in, but then someone started biting my bit, and I just couldn't really have that. Anyway, just calling to apologize for killing the show. I didn't mean to do it,
okay.
But, it is what it is. Looking forward to whatever comes down the pike. Okay, talk to you later.
Thank you.
I'm guessing that was Somebody Stop Me.
Yeah.
Nick?
Yeah.
I remember because they were on the last episode we did before announcing it.
Yeah.
But we decided that we were going to end it, I think, either earlier that day or the day before.
Yeah.
And we're like, don't say anything on the episode.
Yeah. Because we wanted to do like a whole announcement episode.
Let them enjoy this.
But there will be more of something. I want to talk to you guys after. I got an idea for a thing, and I got some other ideas for things, and we'll be working on some stuff. But we just don't want to fucking talk into a microphone about Twitter anymore. That's really the gist
podcast
of it,
wave is over. Babes.
The podcast,
They want to talk about X.
It couldn't be any more Jover.
Jowadida.
So here's the last voicemail, I think.
Konnichiwa, Kevin, Niko, and Josh. This is Spaghetti Shama. And hello, Grant. This is Landon.
Hello.
I just wanted to call in and congratulate you guys on an amazing run. And also, I wanted to tell you that you're pretty cool for a bunch of Westerners.
Thank you.
Goodbye. I hope you have an amazing life.
Thank you.
No, we're not dying, but thank you. Well, I guess amazing life is not like you're gonna die.
I think that's the second or third voicemail he's left pretending to be someone
it's
else.
interesting hearing a white American guy do an impression of a Swedish guy that's doing an impression of a Japanese person.
What are you guys talking about?
What are you talking about?
That's just who he is.
Oh, that's Spaghetti Sama.
Yeah.
All right.
Referring to yourself as Sama is so gauche.
Are you telling me that's not? Okay, sorry.
It's fine.
Thank you for the kind words.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll be doing a call-in show. I was nervous that we waited too long to do it, and then maybe we'll get all set up and nobody will call in. That's a possibility, but please don't let that happen.
If it doesn't happen, it'll be as short or as long as we need it to be.
We can just get drunk on camera.
Sit here with my fucking thumb on my ass.
So we do one more.
Yeah.
That one's going to be I think just the hosts.
Yeah.
For the end. This is,
but you guys can call in.
No, should we do one more shot?
I gotta drive.
I'm good.
I don't want anymore.
I kind of
I've been trying to cut back on drinking, and I have, but I would like to do it more. But for this and whatever, who cares?
Sad.
Drinking is actually really bad for you.
So I would say we can say people can call in to leave voicemails. I guess we'll take them, but it'd be better if we'll talk to you live.
Yeah,
come on.
It might be a time zone issue thing or something.
You could do a poll for in the Discord or something hey, these times, what would work for people who would actually call in?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and we'll try and figure out what time will work best for everyone, and then obviously what time will work best for us. And we will set it up in a way so that it's understandable and people know like how they
maybe have the time zones listed.
Yeah, and every single time zone. Yeah. If you're in
Australia.
Micronesia, you'll know what time to call in.
I don't know.
But yeah, if for any reason that doesn't work, we'll do some voicemails.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll something.
Figure it out.
Give it a send off and say thanks for all the downloads.
Yeah,
I almost said that actually. I almost did say that.
And then I do want to stress, I do want to keep doing things on the internet, and we got some sort of loose plans. Again, I've said this I think every single episode, but we want to end this first. Once it's over, then it's kind of like, okay, now we don't need to be doing this. Now I can put my efforts and energy into other stuff. And so we would like to do that. What it looks like, what it sounds like, what it tastes like, what it feels like. We don't know what it smells like. We also don't know.
You remember like on Nickelodeon when they would have those things in the mail for like smell-o-vision? And it was like a 2-hour block of programming. And like, Mr. Krabs pulls something stinky out of his pants or something. And then you scratch it and you go, ew.
Mr. Krabs' giant schlong.
What if I would just fart in my hand and smell it? It was
just because you didn't get in the mail. So what if we
makes
did that
sense for the guy that's eating a shit fucking shark.
Like that would be the thing. Like we release a podcast where we have a scratch and sniff thing, and then Josh mentions eating poo, and then you scratched it off, and you're like, "Oh, that's Josh. That's gross."
It's called Smell-o-vision. It was, I think, pioneered by John Waters.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And SpongeBob, yeah.
Okay.
Well, he kind of took the baton from John Waters.
Yeah, John Waters. The ocean,
Oh my god!
Oh my
that's why.
God!
Yeah. And then Nickelodeon would send you a chicken in the mail and have you fuck it to death.
I don't know if you've all seen the episode of SpongeBob titled "Pink Flamingos," but it's one of the ones that Paramount took down.
Yeah, you actually
so you
eat
can't
the
watch
shit.
it
Let me give you a
anymore.
preview.
Yeah. Ooh.
All right. So thank you all for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know.
Hey, thanks, guys. Hey, thank you too for coming.
Yeah,
on the show.
thanks for coming and hanging out.
Yeah, this was fun as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to plug anything?
Yeah, I'll plug the triumphant return of Cinemocracy.
We're gonna hold you to it.
I am currently finally finishing editing an episode I recorded like a year and a half ago about Shin Godzilla.
Why don't you?
And I figure it's
ship
timely
it on
now.
over to Zwick.
The time is now.
Timely now with a new Godzilla movie out.
People might get like they search for Godzilla, find yours on accident, and get angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't the new one.
I'm going to try to have that out before Christmas, and then we'll see what happens. I'm hopefully going to try and make that motivate me to start up actually doing new episodes again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
Niko?
You can follow me on Instagram. Do my art one, Goth Niko Arts. If you want me to draw like Pregnant Sonic or something, or like, I don't know, like just pay me to draw something. And also I'm on Dark Side Jills, which is on patreon.com/stereos, and me and Sarancha are actually recording tomorrow. So possibly by the time this comes out, you'll hear us complaining about the movie American Beauty and just eviscerate like the male cinema complex, and probably talk about 90 Day Fiancé. Definitely talking about 90 Day Fiancé.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, check it out. Check it out. Fuck. I wish I didn't sputter out of energy at the very last minute. Fuck.
Whatever. We've been recording for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like dipping.
Thanks, y'all. See you one more time.
Bye.
support Israel.
Don't get the fuck out of here. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Penultimate episode.
It's a joke.
Oh, real good joke. Now everyone thinks you're an asshole.
It's called jokes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot about jokes.
I'm not an asshole.
I forgot
I'm
about
just
the
an incel.
entire concept of jokes.
Yeah.
My bad. It's
Wait,
like when I
keep this
forgot
on,
what
please.
differences were.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.